Notice the thin blue line on the Nazi eagle.
You training to be a street cop?
Ahead, it's Sunday. I was getting a message from a guy who had previously attended my training, my 2-day course, and he had some questions regarding questioning on a motor vehicle stop. And I'm going to try to just, instead of just speaking to him and giving him the answers, I'm going to jump on here and make a video for you guys if you're having trouble with the same thing. So, if you're having trouble on motor vehicle stops, you know the questions to ask.
So there it is right there. If you're having trouble at knowing what questions to ask, it's because you're answering questions.
I advise you to take my 2-day course. We'll really go through that thorough and in detail. And for the guys who have taken it and for kind of forgotten a little bit about what it was that I was explaining, basically this is the deal. When we talk about setting up and observing motor vehicles and looking for those right cars, looking for criminal motor vehicles, be able to spot them on the highway and pick them out. Remember, RAS begins, and that's reasonable articulable suspicion, or for the guys from out of state, that's reasonable suspicion. In New Jersey, they tacked on articulable. I don't know why, but it begins when you spot that motor vehicle, and that motor vehicle spots you, because things are going to start to happen at that time where it's abnormal, it's different than what every other vehicle is going through on the road. You'll see that. I'm not going to go through all that in this video. And you'll follow that car, you'll capture those moments, and I want you in your mind to just be like a recorder for when you get to your report, and
listen to what he says right here. Listen carefully to what he says here.
Because things are going to start to happen at that time.
Things are starting to happen at the time you decide someone's guilty of whatever you've decided they're guilty of.
Where it's abnormal, it's different than what every other vehicle is going through on the road. You'll see that. I'm not going to go through all that in this video.
All of that. So what does all of that mean? That means all of whatever they make up. Whatever they want to make up is what they go all through all that. So everything's abnormal. Everything's irregular. No matter what you say, you looked at him, that's irregular for you to look at a cop. You didn't look at him. That's irregular for you not to look at him.
And you'll follow that car. You'll capture those moments.
And then you'll follow that car. That's what I'm talking about. You'll follow that car. What do you mean you're going to follow that car? I'm not really sure what that means. Why would you follow a car where there's no probable cause? They follow the car because their whole job is to arrest you. This is proof right here that you're a nail and they're a hammer and everything needs to be nailed.
And I want you in your mind to just be like a recorder for when you get to your report. And
No, they review the body cam footage, as we'll hear from Matt Haas on the Tommy Shinneman murder of James Sheets.
I'll really understand what's going on. I want you to be able to emphasize, hey, when I saw this car, they were doing 50 in a 50 in the speed limit. When they spotted me and I made eye contact with the driver, his head snapped. They jammed the brakes, pulled it back to 35 in a 50, so much so that other cars were going around them. Then they...
Oh, you mean when you see a pig, you don't become acutely aware of everything? You're not afraid of the pig? Isn't that normal? When you see a pig, isn't it fairly normal for you to get nervous and be afraid? That's what they wanted to do. That's why they're militarized, to make us full of fear.
They exited off into a gas.
I mean, look at the top of this. Roadside questioning and building RAS. We're going to get to that about 3-4 minutes away.
Station. Upon stopping the car, there was, I asked them what they were doing here, and they said that they were getting gas. However, there was a full tank of gas in the car, or 3/4 to a full tank of gas in the car. And it doesn't seem to make sense.
Okay, now, it doesn't seem to make sense is what he's going to finish in saying. So let's say, for example, you were pulled over. And he said that you jammed on your brakes, you're doing 35 in a 50. Let's just say he pulls you over and he says, you know, it didn't seem normal. It seemed abnormal to me, is what he just said. So it's not normal for you to be nervous around cops who are there to steal your money. That's not a normal thing.
We're doing here, and they said that they were getting gas. However,
okay, so you said you were getting gas, but you were flustered because there's a pig. There's a pig. Give me a 5x5. You guys can hear me okay? The reception's okay? Make sure the internet's not too low. You guys can hear me okay? Give me a 5x5 real quick, and then I'll just keep going. I want there's a lot to cover tonight. I want to cover a lot of things. So hit the like button, and then let's get more into this guy. He's saying that if you said that you were getting gas, but then you have a full tank, well, what if you told the cop, hey, I'm getting gas. You just got gas, but that's why you were out. I'm getting gas. And then he looks and your tank is full and he goes, then why is your tank full? You talked. You talked. You started running your gums. You started saying something instead of invoking your Fifth Amendment right. You guys saw me at the DUI checkpoint. How come when I said I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, why'd he say, okay, have a nice night? He can no longer ask me if I've been drinking. He can no longer ask me where I'm coming from because it goes around as qualified immunity. Every one of you jackboot thug pigs who watches my channel, when someone invokes their Fifth Amendment right, you have to stop questioning them. If you catch it on camera, we can sue their asses. If you catch it on camera, we can sue them. That's what we want to do. We want to put their name at the top of Google for a federal civil rights lawsuit. So their family and friends all believe that they did something wrong.
There was a full tank of gas in the car, or 3/4 to a full tank of gas in the car, and it doesn't seem to make sense. So it's all those things that don't make sense. And the questions really are, remember, in New Jersey and pretty much every other state under Pennsylvania versus Mims, which was a United States Supreme Court case that allowed an officer to ask a driver out of a car and always take him off to the side of the highway, or into a safe zone where you're not going to get hurt. And you got to begin asking those pressing questions. So one of the questions was he didn't feel like he had enough RAS to ask for consent to search. In New Jersey, you need...
Listen to what he says. So this guy has a cop training school. He's capitalizing on making money from other cops. He does seminars all over the country. Listen to the words he's saying. The most powerful amendment you have today is your Fifth Amendment. Listen to what he says. This is why I tell you, immediately show it to the camera, show it to the cop. I immediately invoke my Fifth Amendment right. And this is the reason why. Listen carefully to the words that he says.
Of the highway, or into a safe zone where you're not going to get hurt. And you got to begin asking those pressing questions.
You have to begin asking those pressing questions. His goal is to arrest you. His goal is to put you in torture cuffs, impound your car, and take you to a dungeon. That's his entire goal. That's why the camera and your trifold are the two most important items. The moment he starts, right there. And then he starts those pressing questions. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Anything you say past this as far as a question violates your qualified immunity, and I will sue. Because it's on camera that you're violating my rights. Or you can do it Molly respectful all you want. Do you know how fast you were going? Respectfully, officer, you have a series of policies and protocols and procedures that you follow. I'm showing you on camera that I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Any further questioning would abolish your qualified immunity. Please write your ticket or do what you're going to do respectfully. It's a game now, and you guys created this game, and I'm just playing the game. My game is I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. It's on camera. If you continue to ask me where I'm going, if I've been drinking, if I have a gun, or any other question, you're violating my Fifth Amendment right, which I can sue you for. And the reason why I will file a federal civil rights lawsuit against you is because I watched this guy's video where he said you have to start asking those pressing questions, trying to figure out a way why you want to arrest me.
Highway, or into a safe zone where you're not going to get hurt. And you got to begin asking those pressing questions.
Begin asking pressing questions.
So one of the questions was he didn't feel like he had enough RAS to ask for consent.
He didn't feel like he had enough reasonable articulable suspicion. There's another video where he says spotting cars that should be pulled over. Just randomly picking a car? He doesn't have enough reasonable articulable suspicion to ask you to search your car. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. He wants to search your car. Invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Stop talking to the pig.
Search. In New Jersey, you need reasonable suspicion to ask for consent to search. I know it's not that way in every other state, but in New Jersey,
you need reasonable articulable suspicion to a search.
Reasonable suspicion to ask for consent to search.
You need reasonable suspicion to ask for a search. So what is the reasonable suspicion? It's an out-of-state plate. It's after 10 o'clock. It's dark outside. And he seemed to have swerved to the other lane when he saw me. They can just make it up. They can just make it up. You answering a single question is what will give that New Jersey pig the reasonable articulable suspicion that he feels he has against you to arrest you, to take you to a dungeon, so he can say, do you mind if I search your car?
I know it's not that way in every other state, but in New Jersey, we need that. And a lot of times what I find is guys are just missing the reasonable suspicion. They're not really conscious to what they're experiencing and seeing. They just think...
You're the cop who isn't searching cars enough. He's not conscious to what he's seeing and experiencing. Seeing and experiencing in which way? What are you talking about? You pulled me over because he said earlier, I was in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. I saw you. I juiced my brakes, turned down to 35. Some cars swerved around me. You make me nervous because you're a jackboot thug pig and your goal is to arrest me. So I slammed on my brakes thinking maybe this is a 35-mile-an-hour zone. When I realized it wasn't, now I went back to 50. Do you mind if I search your car then? You gave him all the ammunition. You explained away why you slammed on your brakes. You explained away that he did have reasonable articulable suspicion. He had reasonable articulable suspicion because you slammed on your brakes. You admitted it. And now when he asked for the search and you say no and he searched your car anyway, he says, man, yeah, the guy told me he slammed on his brake because cops make him nervous. And I thought, well, we're the good guys. Why are we making anybody nervous? And the judge goes, I agree with that. You are the good guys.
That something's wrong, they know something's up, they just can't figure out what it is. So don't get stumped on it.
So this is exactly what Terry versus Ohio says, is that it cannot be a hunch. And now he's teaching, he knows something's wrong, he just can't figure out what it is. It's a hunch, which is not the Terry versus Ohio holding of 1968. It says it can't be just a hunch. It has to be reasonable articulable suspicion with an SAF, SAF, singular articulable fact of criminality. This jackboot thug pig who teaches other cops that you're just going on your hunch, so you need to build that reasonable articulable suspicion so you can search a car. Invoke your Fifth Amendment, show the camera to the trifold, show the trifold to the pig, and then say to him, any further questioning abolishes your qualified immunity, and I sue you, jackboot thug pigs.
Something's wrong, they know something's up, they just can't figure out experiencing and seeing, they just think that something's wrong, they know something's up.
Did you see him? Something's wrong, they know something's up. Remember, this guy has no other skills. The pig you're watching, if he had other skills, he would use them. The pigs I encounter on the streets, you guys see me lambaste them because they're stupid. How come it is? Why do you think a guy who's autodidactic that learned everything online, how come you think I can just dissect these pigs? Why do you think that is? Because they're literally stupid. They're looking to follow orders. This guy doesn't know why the word articulable is in reasonable articulable suspicion. That's what he said. He said it himself. Well, let me explain it to you, dumb pig. Articulable so you can articulate the criminal fact that you're investigating. Not just, you know there's something wrong, you know you got a hunch, you know there's something wrong, and you got to get in this car and search it. You're going to save the day.
They're experiencing and seeing, they just think that something's wrong, they know something's up, they just can't figure out what it is. So don't get stumped on it. I shouldn't be chewing gum while I'm doing this. So don't be...
Are you freaking kidding me, bro? And by the way, I've seen all this guy's videos. It's really hard to watch them all.
They just can't figure out what it is. So don't get stumped on it. I shouldn't be...
Don't get stumped on it. I shouldn't be chewing gum. You're such a moron, dude.
Chewing gum while I'm doing this. So don't be stumped on this. You know, here are some questions you can ask. You have somebody step out of a car after all these things have happened.
Here's some questions you can ask. You have him step out of the car. His job is to disorient you. His job is to build reasonable articulable suspicion based on what you say. That's what they're teaching the cops. Look, I didn't like this game. I don't like this game. This isn't the game I want to play. I want to play free American game. That's the game I want to play. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play the game of, you know, oh, yeah, I got to invoke my Fifth Amendment right now. Real sorry, bro. Can't talk to you, man. I would love to go, hey, Scott, what's going on, man? Why'd you pull me over? Oh, you were speeding back there. Oh, okay, man. Cool. You need me to slow it down a little bit? Yeah, I need you to slow it down, dude. We're going to be watching you. If you drive 100 miles an hour again, we're going to, you're going to get in trouble, dude. That's the kind of system that we all want, where your 22-year-old kids doing 100 miles an hour, which is ridiculous, but 22-year-old kids do it. And then 42-year-old kids, 62-year-old kids do it as well. On open roads when no one's around, people speed. How do I know that? Because I do, and you do too. And don't lie and say that you don't. Most of us do. Some of you might not. I agree with that. But his whole job is to build reasonable articulable suspicion, pull you out of the car. He just said why they pulled you out of the car. Listen carefully. He says why they pull you out. They don't pull you out for officer safety, which is the Pennsylvania versus Mims holding.
Get stumped.
So now he says if you get stumped and you can't figure out what's wrong, pull them out of the car, start asking them a bunch of pressing questions. They're trying to arrest you. That's their goal. Their goal is to arrest you.
that something's wrong. They know something's up. They just can't figure out what it is. So don't get stumped on it. I shouldn't be chewing gum while I'm doing this. So don't be stumped on this.
Get them out of the car.
You know, here are some questions you can ask. You have somebody step out of a car after all these things have happened.
Here's some questions you can ask. You have someone step out of a car. He has you step out of the car because we all know, if you are a DLZ team member, we all know that we want to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. That's my goal, is to get one of you or myself, when they say get out of the car, you say, no, I'm not doing it. You're going to go to jail for sure. 99% you're going to go to jail. But you're filming, and you say, you're ordering me out of the car. I'm wearing a t-shirt and a pair of shorts, and there's nothing around me. There's no way you're ordering me out of the car because it's officer safety, and you have a current fear that I'm armed and currently dangerous. That's how you challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. The only way you're going to be able to challenge the racist holding pushed through by Hugo Black, member of the KKK, on the Supreme Court, the only way we're going to challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims is if it's on camera. And then you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and there's no guns, there's no nothing around you, and you tell the cop, I'm not getting out. You're just ordering me out so you can pepper me with questions to try to disorient me, to build your reasonable articulable suspicion. I saw your training videos, Chumpzilla. I'm not getting out. And then they're going to break your window and get you out, but then you can sue them, and we can get it all the way up to the Supreme Court to get rid of Pennsylvania versus Mims. Cops don't order you out of the car for their safety. That's not true. They order you out of the car so they can then try to arrest you and put you in torture cuffs.
Happen. Remember, we got to separate the passengers from the driver. But there's a lot of other stuff that will
separate the passengers from the driver. I'm telling you, every single passenger who gets in your car, before you pull away, you say, listen, if for any reason the cops pull me over and you don't invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, we're not business partners, we're not friends, you don't talk to me ever again. His goal is to arrest me and impound my car. I'm willing to be the driver if you agree right now that if the cops pull me over for any reason, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right, you don't tell them a damn thing. Otherwise, don't get in my car.
Will lead you to the questions that you're asking. Is there one key in the ignition? There's so many variables and factors.
Is there one key in the ignition? Is a reasonable, articulable fact of criminality? SAF, singular, articulable fact. Within reasonable, articulable suspicion from Terry versus Ohio is SAF, singular, articulable fact of criminality. He's trying to build the singular, articulable fact of criminality because he wants you to talk. You invoke the Fifth Amendment. The camera is the key. Having it on paper is the key.
You got to be conscious to what's happening. You got to start to teach yourself and train yourself to understand what's going on. Is there a passenger who will not make eye contact with you and has a rapid, deep, rapid rising and falling of their chest, and they're staring at their phone and scrolling through Facebook the whole time? I mean, is that normal behavior on a motor vehicle stop for a passenger?
Yes. Yes, it is. That's perfectly normal behavior for a passenger in a vehicle to ignore you, look at their Facebook, and breathe it out because they don't want to deal with being pulled out of the car using the 2009 case of Arizona versus Johnson, which is an extension of the 1977 case of Pennsylvania versus Mims, which is an extension of the 1968 holding, as you well know, called Terry versus Ohio. All of them are Terry. Every single part of it. Ordering you out of the car if you're the passenger, that's Terry. Ordering you out of the car if you're a driver, that's Terry versus Ohio. Pennsylvania versus Mims and Arizona versus Johnson fall when Terry is overturned. When everything's not about officer safety anymore and it's about your rights, then Pennsylvania versus Mims and Arizona versus Johnson are kaput. They're gone. Just think about that, how powerful overturning Terry actually would be and is.
Just be in their friggin' phone or ignoring you or...
Of course, we ignore jackboot thug pigs. If you're a member of Team DLZ, you immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Whether you have this trifold on you or not, you can say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right with the camera and say, he's going outside of his qualified immunity. He's still questioning me, which means I can file a federal civil rights lawsuit and his name goes top on Google because I paid the $29.95 for the year to have your name pop up on Google first. And for every arrest I've ever had, especially when I was no-knock raided by the pigs in 2002, there's still portions of my family and my friends who still believe that I must have done something wrong for them to get a no-knock raid warrant on my house. They couldn't fathom that I hadn't done something wrong. Look, It only took one confidential informant to say, Chille's a drug dealer. And they raided my house with a SWAT team and arrested me and charged me with 5 felonies. None of them stuck.
Not making eye contact with you or acting weird in some way.
So the next time the cop pulls you over and you're in the passenger seat, weird. I'm staring at you. I'm not looking at you, cop. I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at you. I mean, these guys are such pieces of crap. What a piece of shit person he is. He's looking at you. He's not looking at you. That's suspicious. Arrest him.
You have to just understand what's happening and ask questions pertaining to the things that you were experiencing. So,
oh, no, that's the whole thing. I appreciate this, street cop, because we are doing the same thing. We're answering questions and we're looking at what's really going on around us. What's going on around us if you guys have created law enforcers in our country, not rights protectors or peace officers. You've created law enforcers. And now you're trying to find a way to press me with questions, order me out of the car, disorient me, so you can build your reasonable articulable suspicion so you can search my car. Ultimately, your goal is to arrest me and charge me with crimes. And you wonder why they don't give eye contact. They're scrolling on their face. Their chest is going up and down. It's because of you guys. You guys have ruined our country. Cops have ruined a free America. It's over.
oh, some questions that are simple ones to ask where you can start out. Where are you guys coming from? Where are you headed to? But be specific with these questions. You don't want to just get general answers. Hey, where are you guys coming from today? Oh, Connecticut. Well, where in Connecticut were you? What were you doing there? How long was your stay?
Oh, okay. Now do you understand? He is the cop teacher. He's got a huge school. Cops pay for his two-day seminar hundreds of dollars. He's the cop leader. Listen to it again. You think this is the only protection you have? This and your camera to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Listen to what this jackboot thug pig says out loud. Just listen to his words, people.
That you were experiencing. So just understand what's happening and ask questions pertaining to the things that you were experiencing. So some questions that are simple ones to ask where you can start out. Where are you guys coming from? Where are you headed to? But be specific with these questions. You don't want to just get general answers. Hey, where are you guys coming from today? Oh, Connecticut. Well, where in Connecticut were you? What were you doing there? How long was your stay? Who were you with? Were you with this person? Where are you guys headed to now? And again, the same questions. Why are you going there? What's your business there? These questions will start to, really open up what's going on here. What do you?
No, those questions build the reasonable articulable suspicion to search your car and to arrest you. And if the passenger and the driver have different stories, you're going in cuffs. You're going in torture cuffs.
You're going to do, you want to keep those people separate. You're going to ask the same questions to the passengers in the car. Make sure the stories match.
There it is right there. There it is. I'm going to listen to it one more time because I need you guys to hear this. When I tell you to invoke your Fifth Amendment right, immediately when you get pulled over, listen to this 20 seconds right here. He admits it. He's trying to arrest you. He's trying to get in your car and search it. You are the nail and he needs to put you in jail with the hammer that he is. This guy believes he's a good person. Look at this piece of crap, beta male. Look at him. That beta male chump, I could knock the crap out of him in 2 seconds flat.
Oh, Connecticut. Well, where in Connecticut were you? What were you doing there? How long was your stay? Who were you with? Were you with this person? Where are you guys headed to now? And again, the same questions. Why are you going there? What's your business there? These questions will start to, really open up what's going on here. What are you going to do? You want to keep those people separate. You're going to ask the same questions to the passengers in the car. Make sure the stories match. Remember,
is that what's stopping crime? Is that the crime stopper in America right now? Because from the reports I'm reading in the media, from what I'm seeing on the news, none of these things seem to be working to stop actual crime. What they are doing, though, is padding the bank accounts of all the cops in America and the cop stations. Between criminal asset forfeiture and civil asset forfeiture, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. He's teaching the cop how to steal your car. He's teaching the cop how to steal your watch. Where'd you get this watch? I got it from my ex-girlfriend. Oh, okay. What's her name? I don't want to tell you her name. You're not cooperating. I'm going to seize that watch because it's contraband. It's stolen material. You started answering questions. You heard what he just said. Why do you think I'm so adamant about this? Listen to what he's teaching his people.
really open up what's going on here. Said, who were you with? Were you with this person? Where are you guys headed to now? And again, the same questions. Why are you going there?
Separate the people.
What's your business there? These questions will start to, really open up what's going on here. What are you going to do? You want to keep those people separate. You're going to ask the same questions to the passengers in the car. Make sure.
Okay, so what's his goal then? Someone type his goal in the comment section. If he's separating you, putting you over there and your passenger over there, or you, the driver over there and you over there, then just explain to me what he's doing right here. I'm just curious. What's he trying to do here? Isn't he trying to arrest you? Isn't that his goal? He said earlier, you haven't built up enough RAS to ask to search the car. You guys are seeing it. You guys are literally seeing it. Now you understand why I'm teaching you to invoke your Fifth Amendment right and do it on camera. This is the reason why I'm telling you to put it on camera. When you invoke your Fifth Amendment right and it's on camera, he goes outside of his qualified immunity. He doesn't have qualified immunity. You hear all these dunce caps on YouTube who don't know constitutional law. It's qualified immunity. I just heard that idiot, Mr. Checkpoint in LA. What a dunce. I know Mr. Checkpoint. Hey, you moron. What's his name? What a moron. Mr. Checkpoint, Senate Devermont, you are a moron. You spent a year with me. I taught you. And he made a post yesterday saying, abolish qualified immunity. Is that what reasonable articulable suspicion is, you dunce cap? You're teaching your flock of hundreds of thousands of people to worry about qualified immunity? Reasonable articulable suspicion on that type of this video is a construct of Terry versus Ohio. It's not real. It's fake, created by a racist Supreme Court, led by a member of the KKK, led by a president of the Freemasons. That's what Terry versus Ohio is. You moron, Mr. Checkpoint. You dunce cap. You spent a year with me almost a year, me teaching you stuff. You are so dumb, dude. It's unbelievable. This video is titled Roadside Questioning and Building RAS. What is RAS? Reasonable articulable suspicion. What does that mean? That's a construct of Terry versus Ohio in 1968. It's not real. We have a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in our person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Building reasonable articulable suspicion, our founding fathers would roll over in their graves. That is exactly the opposite of what the foundation of America is about. And you got these morons like Mr. Checkpoint and James Freeman running around saying, qualified immunity, you guys are just uneducated goons. I get it. You picked up a camera. You're really brave. I'll give you credit for being brave, but you're stupid. I've sat here and taught you. Now this street cop is sitting here teaching you. It's reasonable, articulable suspicion that they're building, which is what? Terry versus Ohio. Why don't some of you people who follow these other channels explain to these morons? Sit down and read a frickin' book. It's just so easy to understand. Are they building up qualified immunity? Roadside questioning to build up qualified immunity? Is that what the title of the video is? No. Mr. Checkpoint, it's not. The title of the video is Roadside Questioning and Building Up Terry versus Ohio. That's what that says on it. Donald Trump did a speech yesterday, day before. We're going to bring back stop and frisk. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want stop and frisk? You want to be stopped and frisked? Who's going to be frisked? You, the peon, is going to be frisked. You think this guy's going to be stopped and frisked? He's going to show his little blue pass.
The stories match. Remember, any good interdictionist or any good police officer who can go out, anybody who has a story, even if it's put together real well, they've rehearsed it, I guarantee you the best guys I've seen on motor vehicle stops are the ones that continue to ask questions and beat people's stories up. And
whoa, did you hear that? Did you just hear what he said? Listen again. This is why even if you got that boot all the way down your throat and you got that cop stick all the way up your backside and you're taking it, that's why if that's even you plead the fifth, baby. I hate delete laws. He's terrible. Great. When you get pulled over, the best guys, what they do,
even if it's put together real well, they've rehearsed it, I guarantee you the best guys, not the tyrannists, not the stormtroopers, not the pigs, the best guys he knows.
He thinks they're the best guys.
I've seen
The best guys he's seen.
on motor vehicle stops are the ones that continue to ask questions and beat people's stories up.
And the best ones I see and that you see on video is where the guy goes, I'm not answering questions. I invoke my Fifth Amendment. Those videos have millions of views. Our champions could be you sitting in your living room right now. Tomorrow, you're going to get pulled over. You're going to show the trifold. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. It's going to be on camera and the cop's going to leave you alone. That video goes viral. You're the champion of our side. Just like what he's saying, the pigs who continue to press and continue to question and beat their story up. So what does that mean exactly? That means he beat your story up. You went to jail. That means those cops arrested somebody. The best ones he knows are able to beat up a story so that they can arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. That's his goal. Look at him. Look at this jackboot thug pig.
It's put together real well. They've rehearsed it. I guarantee you the best guys I've seen on motor vehicle stops are the ones that continue to ask questions and beat people's stories up. And eventually unravel and they'll start to get to the truth. That's just the bottom line. So those are some good questions to start with. And you just got to want to broaden it from there. You're allowed to ask those questions on a motor vehicle stop. All right, so you just unravel and they'll start to get to the truth.
They unravel and they start to get to the truth, which is what? You got a 1/4 ounce of weed. Oh, man, he's got a 1/4 ounce of weed. He's got an open bottle in the back. Oh, no. So far, the cops catching the ounce of weed or the bottle in the back or even the meth, which I don't agree with drug use, but it doesn't matter. You're not solving America. You're ruining it. Him arresting people for petty crimes, the best guys he knows are the ones who continue to pepper questions. The best guys I know continue to invoke their Fifth Amendment right. That's the best guys I know.
That's just the bottom line. So those are
That's just the bottom line.
good questions to start with. And you just got to want to broaden it from there. You're allowed to ask those questions on a motor vehicle stop. All right, so hopefully this gives you guys some foundation to grow and build from that. Hopefully that answered some questions. But remember, if you're not comfortable having people step out of a car and off to the side of the highway and begin to ask these questions, this is not going to work for you. So you need to get yourself comfortable with asking that question. A lot of times I would see guys who took my 2-day training course that
Okay, let me translate for you. If you're not comfortable pulling people out of their car to make them uncomfortable and then continuing to pepper them with questions, this job's probably not for you. You mean you can't pull someone over who was speeding, just give them a ticket and let them go? No. He was doing 75 and a 55. We all know the speed limit. Nobody's above the law. You may get a ticket for doing 20 miles an hour over. You may not like that you're getting the ticket. I understand. I don't like it either. But you're going to get a ticket. If you're on the freeways, listen, I got a ticket for doing 10 miles an hour over in the desert at 7 o'clock in the morning when nobody was on the road. And I flipped out on that cop. You guys have seen it on video. I'm showing you guys he teaches other cops how to be cops.
Worked with, I come off to the side of the highway and begin to ask these questions. Foundation to grow and build from that. Hopefully,
a foundation to grow and build from that with the goal to arrest you.
That answered some questions, but remember, if you're not comfortable having people step out of a car,
you're not comfortable being a piece of crap to another person. You're not comfortable using authority to scare people. You're not comfortable doing that. How come?
And off to the side of the highway and begin to asking these questions.
Pull them out of their car and start to ask them questions. If you're not comfortable doing that, what are you doing in this line of work? You should be doing something else. And he teaches people. This is his teachings.
This
cops pay him money to teach him what he's teaching now because it makes them more money. At the end of the month, there's an arrest leader. There's a DUI leader. There's a drug leader, drug arrest leader. There's a leader for everything.
This is not going to work for you. So you need to get yourself comfortable with asking that question. A lot of times I would see guys who took my 2-day training course that I worked with. I'd come back and they're like, hey, I'll get to you 1 second, Wangus. I would see them on a motor vehicle stop and they'd be asking the questions with 2 people in the car. Why are you doing that? Hey, come over here, man. What are you doing? Well, I'm asking them the questions you told me to ask. But why do you? They're in earshot of each other. They can hear their answers. The idea is to separate them and do an interview with each one to make sure that the stories match up. I can't tell how many people's stories I beat up just on just separating them and asking the same questions. They didn't know what the hell they were talking about. The stories didn't match. Or they didn't know who each other were.
Okay. Let me give you a little breakdown here. So you're with your friend that you didn't tell. You pick up anybody in your car and you're going to be the driver. You turn to your friend and you say, listen, if we get pulled over, you remain silent. You invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. This is my trifold on my visor. I'm not going to be giving it to you. This is all you repeat to the cop. You don't tell him anything at all whatsoever. If you don't agree to that, I'm not driving. And then when he separates two people and you got your do-gooder over here, the cops are not bad. They're not trying to hurt me. You told him, we're going to pick up PJ. We're going to his mom's house to have dinner. And then we're going out to the show. They separate the two of you. You say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Your friend says, oh, we're just going to PJ's house. Then they come over to you and they say, oh, so you're going to PJ's house. And you say, no, we're going to the show. Oh, those are two different stories. I need to search their car. You started off invoking your Fifth Amendment right, and he says, we're going to PJ's house. And you correct him, no, we're going to the show. Those are two different stories. You're going to the show and you're going to PJ's house. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand why you're talking. You just heard him. His whole goal is to get you to say something. The best guys he knows are the ones who pull people over, pull them out of the car, and just begin to beat up their story. Beat up what story? I'm not telling you any story because I'm not telling you a fucking word, you pig. I'm not telling you a fucking word. And if I do tell you a word, it's telling you how to go yourself. That's what I'm talking about. People wonder why I hate pigs. Listen to what he's saying. Remember, I'm articulate. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I sell constitutional information to people to use. I teach people how to use their camera. So why do you think I hate him so much? Because when you get pulled over and you're not me and you don't have this and you don't use your camera, you get ruined. You call me the next day after charges are filed against you. Oh man, I've been watching your channel forever, but I didn't start recording. You don't have a video of this? No. What? You watch my channel and the moment the pig passed you, you didn't pull your camera out and start recording? You got to have a trifold in your car. It's not negotiable. I give it away for free too. If you're so frugal that you can't spend $9 to get my downloadable digital that you print at home, I'll give it to you for free. Because for me, whatever, a little annoying, like, come on, you got a car, you don't got $9. I don't care though, because even if you'll just use it, it might stop something horrendous from happening to you. Horrendous. And I know that. I get emails every day of people who use their trifold and it works.
Or they did and were lying about who the other person was. Whereas I beat up just on just separating.
He's beating up your story that you're going to the beach and you're picking up some friends and enjoying the weekend. He's going to beat that story up, he says. I'm going to beat that story up. What are you beating up? I just want to be left alone. Give me my ticket and let me go. You talked, bro. And now your whole day's ruined. Maybe your night, maybe your whole weekend plans are ruined. Maybe your year is ruined. Maybe you go to jail. Maybe your friends go to jail because you didn't listen. And you're in jail and you're like, man, I saw that guy's channel. You're in jail.
Them and asking the same questions. They didn't know what the hell they were talking about. The stories didn't match. Or they didn't know who each other were. Or they did and were lying about who the other person was. This is your RIS. This is going to be your asking for consent to search. Okay? And
there it is. He beat your story up. There's your RIS for your reason to search. And what happened in the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States that creates the Carroll Doctrine? If they believe, if they have reasonable articulable suspicion that it's exigent, that you could be traveling with contraband that could kill somebody, that you are fleeing from this, or that not searching your car could cause a loss of life, and they think maybe you have methamphetamines. So, you're a pretty intense guy, Chille. I need to search your car because I think you have methamphetamines. What? Yeah, you guys have seen it here. You can go to my comment section. So many people will say I'm on Adderall or meth or heroin or crack. I don't take anything. Nothing. So, but it doesn't matter. You have too much energy. So I need to search his car. I have reasonable articulable suspicion because this guy's been talking a million miles an hour when you should have shut the front door.
it says, Wang Gus, do you need RAS to ask if there's anything illegal or should I know that in the car? Well, you're allowed to ask that question after you've... So here's the technical answer, okay? Here's your technical New Jersey case law answer on that one. You can ask that once you pose some regular standard questions and then Those are designed to dispel or confirm any suspicion of criminal activity, and then you can broaden your questions. So you have to start with easy questions, and you could expand. But technically,
Did you hear what he said? Start with easy questions, and then you can expand. You answered the easy questions. So, hey, you just heading home right now? Yeah, I'm just heading home. Okay, where are you coming from? I'm leaving my girlfriend's house. What are you guys doing? We were doing things adults do when they get together alone and their boyfriend and girlfriend. Do you need more information, officer? But see, that leads down a line of questioning. Answer the simple questions first and then ask the more difficult questions later. He just said it. He gets you to agree. Hey, nice day outside, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful. Man, you see yesterday it was over 80 here. Yeah, man, what a great day, huh? Hey, where you heading? Hello's for suckers. How you doing, officer? That's for suckers. How's he doing? He's fulfilling what he's supposed to do today. His goal is to arrest you, though. When you say, how you doing? Hey, how am I doing? Doing great. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Oh, yes. We got a person who's going to answer questions. Yes. 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 We got a person who's going to answer questions. The contrast to that, cop walks up. I pulled you over because you didn't use your blinker back there on 4th Street. License, registration, proof of insurance. Where are you heading? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So you're not in trouble or anything. Where are you going? You're violating your qualified immunity. You won't be able to have qualified immunity if you continue to question me. It's on camera. The Fifth Amendment's on camera, and you're on camera. And I'll sue you. Stop questioning me. Okay, step out of the car. Sure, I'll step out. Or if you don't have anything on you and you want to be a freedom fighter, then tell them no, and you're going to go to jail. But if you can prove with your camera that there's no way a prudent man can believe you're armed and presently a danger for him, then you're going to beat that, and we can challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims. I'm just telling you. That's how you do it. How you doing today? Doing good. Perfect. He answers questions. Hello is for suckers. Don't say hello to the cop.
you're not going to need RAS. I guess it's kind of RAS. You just need to start with smaller questions. Where you guys coming from? These are accepted questions that you can ask somebody on a motor vehicle stop.
These are accepted by who? Who decided that those are acceptable questions? Because you have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I'm just wondering, who decided that those are acceptable questions?
And then you can broaden your questions. So you have to start with easy questions, and you could expand. But technically,
What did I tell you about the pigs? What did I tell you? Remember, I dressed up in that pig suit for a week, and then I was coming back here, and I was starting to do, because I made sure that I talked. I mean, it's always about this, so that they can try to get a brain cell to work, because they're really trying to figure out how this all works. They're trying to build their reasonable, articulable suspicion against you. And so, we got to go. Do you see that pig changes? Look at his clock the other day on the audit I just put out. Do you guys see him check his watch? He checked his watch like this. And then he told me the camera doesn't change his behavior at all. Really? Because when I put you on camera and you checked your watch, who checks their... It's almost like people who pose for a picture. How many people stand there like that?
you're not going to need RAS. Or confirm any suspicion of criminal activity, and then you can broaden your questions. So you have to start with easy questions, and you could expand. But technically, you're not going to need RAS. I guess it's kind of RAS. You just need to start with smaller questions. Where you guys?
He doesn't know either, because the Supreme Court gave them all of our rights, and he doesn't really know how far he can go.
Coming from? These are accepted questions that you can ask somebody on a motor vehicle.
They're accepted by people who don't follow this channel. Why would you ever say anything to a pig?
Stop. Where are you coming from? Where are you headed to? Who's in the car with you?
Why would you tell him that? While you're at it, why don't you sacrifice your mother? Put your mother up. Put your mom up. You know what? Oh, you need something? Here, take my mother. It's weird, right? Why would you tell them about anybody in your car? What kind of Judas are you?
And if the answers start not making sense and
The answers don't make sense because the cop says the answers don't make sense. When the supervisor gets there, he said, I asked him one thing, he told me one thing, and then I asked him again, he kind of told me something different. Didn't make any sense to me. To who? To him. Who's he? The guy with no skills. The guy who couldn't put a computer up and actually do something worthwhile with his life. Your story didn't make sense to him. The guy who used to retread tires. The guy who can't get a job anywhere else. The guy who's so stuck on being a jock from high school. Like, and I love jocks from high school. Don't think I don't. I'm a guy's guy. I love fighting and wrestling. I love all those things. But there comes a time, as I've done lately, I've told people, I'm a little too old now, people. Sorry. I came on YouTube a little too late. Had it been 5 years ago, I could have scrapped half these pigs and taken them down to a wrestling mat. But I'm just too old now, and I got to worry about what I'm actually doing with my brain instead of what I do with my brawn. But look, this is who we have on the team.
person in the car doesn't have a matching story, then you can go back to them and say, hey, do you have anything illegal in the car? Now, that's New Jersey. Other states, I'm not sure what your rules are. All right, so that's...
And he's the cop trainer, but he's not sure what the rules are in the other states for building reasonable articulable suspicion. Hey, dunce cap pig, let me help you. I am a constitutional law scholar because you guys made me the way I am. Let me educate you. The Terry versus Ohio ruling from 1968 is a national policy created by the Supreme Court. What the policy actually does is it allows cops to run up and grab people in the name of officer safety. Do you understand that? When can a cop grab you? The moment he sees you. The moment a cop lays his eyes on you, he can grab you. How come he can do that? Is that because of qualified immunity? No. That's because of Terry versus Ohio from 1968. The cop can see you. This is what the Terry policy does. Dumb street cop, moron, teaching other cops. Terry versus Ohio allows cops to see you, run up and grab you in the name of officer safety. They went to investigate you, to detain you. Again, Terry versus Ohio. It's not real. It didn't exist before 1968. They decide they're going to investigate you from half a mile away. They pull up to you and they grab you in the name of officer safety. And then they stop and frisk you, pat you down, what Trump wants to institute all over America. And then after that, they detain you. What does detainment mean? Depends on the police department, not each state. Each different police department has different detainment policies. So what one detainment policy in one police department may mean, you have to lay on your belly. They have to stick their knees in your back, and you have to put your wrists behind your back, and you have to be torture cuffed. Another police department may say that detainment means that you agree to stay in this little space right here. Depends on how they interpret the Terry policy. But if it's for officer safety, the number one Terry policy, well, then you know what they can do? Take you down to the ground, put you in torture cuffs, and put you in the back of the car. And you're not arrested. That's only detained. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Just let it go.
So hopefully that answers your question. But maybe this gives everybody some perspective on where to go with this. If you guys really want answers in the 2-day course.
This, listen to it again. Sorry.
Hey, do you have anything illegal in the car? Now, that's New Jersey. Other states, I'm not sure what your rules are. All right, so that's hopefully that answers your question. But maybe this gives everybody some perspective on where to go with this. If you guys really...
Yes, it does. Maybe this gives you perspective on where to go with this. I suggest you go to my website, deletelaws.com, and you get at least the $9 print-at-home trifold, or you get the $30 indestructible one, and you keep it in your car. I recommend you do it now. If you don't have $9, you just simply email me, deletelaws@gmail.com, and say, Chille, I don't got $9. That's all I need on the subject line. Nice to meet you, but there's hundreds of thousands of people that contact me. So it would be just easiest if you just contacted me at deletelaws@gmail.com or went through the inquiry form on deletelaws.com and said, I don't have $9 or I just am not going to spend it. So give it to me for free. And I will. And I will. That's how much it matters to me. That's how much this matters to me. That you invoke your Fifth Amendment right away. It's worth it me giving you the print at home one for free if you just will film the cop and get it on camera and send me that video. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. He tried to ask me a million questions. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Can we sue him, Chille? Can you help me sue him? I would love to hear that question. Any of you invoke your Fifth Amendment right and he continues to pepper questions with you and you want to sue him, you contact me. I will find a lawyer in your state and I will help you sue that cop. If he violates your Fifth Amendment right, let me just say it on the record, DLZ clips, you can make a short out of this. If you have my trifold in your car and the cop pulls you over. You don't say hello because you know hello is for suckers. How you doing is for suckers. Don't say hello. Don't say goodbye. Cop walks up to you. You give him your license, registration, proof of insurance. There it is. You give it to him. Then he says, where are you going? And you invoke your Fifth Amendment right there. And then he says, no, where are you coming from? And you say, officer, this is on camera. You're violating my rights. I've just invoked my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You're still asking me questions. That's okay, man. Where are you going today? Officer, let me say it again. There's a guy on YouTube who told me he'll help me hire a lawyer and sue you. You're violating my Fifth Amendment right. It's right here. It says, learn the law on the front. For you dunce caps, it says, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. There's a guy on YouTube who said he'll help me get my lawyer to go against your qualified immunity. And he will. What are you doing questioning me? I've just invoked my Fifth Amendment right. I've showed it to you on camera. I showed it on paper. I'm showing it to the judge. Your name will go to the top of Google on a federal civil rights lawsuit. And some of your friends and family, just like Chille's family, some of your friends and family will always believe that you did something wrong. I mean, this just makes me emotional because I got beat up and cheated by so many cops for so many years. Just cheated, abused. Just, oof.
Really want answers. In the 2-day course, we do watch videos from motor vehicle stops of mine. We watch other police officers' motor vehicle stops, and you guys can really try to get an understanding of how this all works and really just exposure to looking at what a typical motor vehicle stop looks like for a interdiction. All right. So if you guys have any other questions, reach out to me. Hopefully this answers some questions for some guys, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'm out.
So,
hey, thanks for watching the video. If you
shut up, bro. Shut up, pig. So just let me show you something. He's got another video, and then after this, we're going to do the Press with Rancor video, and then I've got a fire video for you sent to me from Florida. They attacked him based on a phone call. They called him on the cops called him and they attacked him. They attacked him. So it's just like so insane to me. There's a video I watched earlier. Let me do this. Let me kill that. Let me look through my history real quick. Sorry about that. I'll refresh this bad chicken. You guys got to see this other video. And then, so they're going to do two things after this. After this, and in about 15 minutes, we're doing the Press with Rancor fundraiser. So if you don't want to pull your wallet out, then I'm going to ask you guys to donate money to his GoFundMe. Colin, I'm going to drop his GoFundMe down in the chat right now. Here's his GoFundMe. I want to come on there and hopefully I want to see 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks from 300 people. This guy is, remember I told you guys I would help you get your lawyer if you invoke your Fifth Amendment right and they violate your rights? Well, Press with Rancor is a guy who picked up a camera based on my request that you go out and film cops, and he did it. And he got arrested. And now I'm helping him hire his lawyer. That's what the fundraiser is for Press with Rancor's lawyer. I don't have a bar card in Michigan, so I've got to raise the money for Press with Rancor. His crime is filming a cop. He did exactly what I asked him to do. He told me he started auditing when he watched a video of mine, and I said, why aren't you out filming cops? And then he started auditing cops, and he got arrested and charged with a felony. It's my personal obligation to see through what I've asked him to do. So that's why I'm doing his fundraiser. The money goes directly to him. So the GoFundMe link is in the chat right here. We're going to watch one more of this cop trainers videos, and then I'm going to show you guys Press's arrest video and what he went through. Now this next one from the same pig is just so absolutely unbelievable. It's a step-to-step consent to search guide. You're going to be blown away. Everything that I've taught you, everything that you've learned from me is validated in these videos I'm showing you today. It's funny, when I first saw this pig's channel, I dropped in his comment section, come debate me, come talk to me, right? And now what I realize is that I was really wasting my time. Why do I want to talk to the pig? I need to show you what they're teaching pigs. I need to show you what they're teaching these guys to do to us. And then you'll believe me. Well, a lot of you already do. So there's the Texas two-step. This is unbelievable what you're going to see right here.
Training to be a street cop.
Fundraisers.
All right, guys, welcome to the Street Cop Training Podcast. I'm your host, Dennis Benito. This is Zach Miller. We are talking case law today. It has been a couple weeks. We've been in the field a lot. out there teaching. Zach just did a class in Kansas. I did one in.
So get this. These guys are the cop teachers. This is what they're teaching cops to do to you. And this cop on the right here with this thin blue line terror flag behind him, he forgot where he just was.
Kansas. I just got back from Kansas. Yeah, I just got back from Kansas City. I flew. It was snowing in Kansas City. It was 74 in New Jersey. The irony is unbelievable. One in Kansas is.
Look at how lost he actually is. Take a look. Watch how lost he actually is. He doesn't know where he just taught a seminar to a bunch of pigs.
Zach Miller, we are talking case law today. It has been a couple weeks. We've been in the field a lot, out there teaching. Zach just did a class in Kansas. I did one in Kansas. I just got back from Kansas. Yeah, I just got back from Kansas City. I flew. It was snowing in Kansas City. It was 74 in New Jersey. The irony is unbelievable.
The irony of what a moron this guy is. Do you see him? This guy's in charge. He's going to come on the scene and be in charge of me. First of all, you're not man enough to be in charge of me. And second of all, you're not smart enough to be in charge of me.
But anyway, we have some topics of discussion we're going to go into today. We had a little bit of discussion prior to this before we decided to speak on the issue to make sure we're on the same page and I understand it. And Zach is the guy.
So this moron cop teaching other cops, he doesn't know the law or how it works. He doesn't know reasonable articulable suspicion. The word articulable doesn't come from New Jersey. It comes from the Supreme Court, you dunce cap Dennis.
So without further ado, Zach Miller.
Good to see you. Glad to be here again. It's been a while.
It has. Too long, Zach.
It's been too long.
Too long.
Long
lost soulmates. What are we? 7 years apart, you and I?
I think so. I think that's what we determined. Yeah.
I always went for old.
Here's where he makes a reference to being gay.
You and I?
7 years they've
I
known
think
each
so.
other.
I think that's what we determined. Yeah.
I always went for older men, so it's very natural to me.
What a weirdo.
It feels very natural. All right, so where do you want to start?
Well, since we were just talking about, I guess this Trooper two-step debate.
Ooh, I got to tell you, this one is going to make people woo furious. And there is just.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he just said? This one's going to make people furious. So anybody signing up to be a pig, that's your teacher. This is going to make people furious. Woo! It's easy for me to joke about it and laugh and smile right now on camera. But when I'm driving down the road and I get pulled over by the pigs and they're doing this Trooper two-step to me, it's not so funny. It's not so woo. This is going to make people mad. Woo!
People are just so set in their ways. And by the way, before we go into this, we are very
freedom. God, so set in freedom.
empathetic to the idea that some courts have been so seasoned in this. This is the way it's been done, that it's going to be a hard thing trying to convince them otherwise, because we know that a lot of legal professionals are having a hard time understanding what the law says. So we're making...
No, I'm so sorry. A lot of legal professionals are not having a hard time understanding the law. A lot of cops are interpreting the law however a jackboot thug pig teacher like you is telling them, and it's wrong. So
analyses of the situation,
analyses,
practical advice. But, listen, if that's what they want you to do, then so be it. But we're just giving you an explanation of why it's not actually a smart idea and where it kind of falls and fails. So let's go into it. Many states, or a small minority of the states, believe that on a motor vehicle stop, before a voluntary consent can be achieved, they must perform this action, the Trooper two-step, which is they tell them the traffic stop has concluded. They hand them back their documents. They turn off their lights. They take 2 steps back and then reinitiate and reengage on the side of the road to try to create a voluntary feeling environment for the consent only.
Okay, so do you understand? Let me explain this to you so you don't get Trooper two-stepped. Here's what they do. They pull you over. Hopefully you've invoked your Fifth Amendment right, give them license, registration, proof of insurance. Hopefully you then showed them the trifold and you didn't say a word. They went back there and wrote your ticket. And then they give you back your documents. And they say, okay, here's your ticket. You're doing 75 and a 55. Okay, listen, have a good day. Oh yeah, by the way, did you see that Packers game yesterday? Yeah, I did see that Packers game. Oh, our stop's over now? Oh, I did see that Packers game yesterday. Yeah. Did you see that Aaron Rodgers got carted out of the Buffalo game? I saw that he got taken out of that Buffalo game. You mind if I look in the trunk of your car? I thought you said the stop was over. Yeah, I mean, this would be voluntarily, just so you can show that there's nothing in there. And now if you're not a person who is used to telling someone else no, then you may have a hard time telling that cop no. And then you started answering. You did everything Chille asked you to do. You had the trifold in the car. You had your documents ready to go. You were filming with your phone. You did everything I asked you to do. And then when the cop said it's over and this is a consensual conversation, he said, hey, you see Aaron Rodgers get carted out of the game? Oh, yeah, I saw that. So what he's showing you right here is that they're always investigating you. They may even try to make it look like this is a voluntary action, but they're still investigating you to arrest you, search your car, put you in jail, impound your car, and take your money. They're still he's admitting it out loud. He's saying it out loud. Listen to the words again.
They must perform this action. The trooper two believe that on a motor vehicle stop,
the trooper two
before a voluntary consent can be achieved,
voluntary
consent. They
consent.
must perform this action. The trooper two step, which is they tell them the traffic stop has concluded.
So what I just say, walks up to you, here's your documents back, stops over. He saw you have a Buffalo Bill sticker on the back of your car, so he's going to try to trigger you and get you to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
They hand them back their documents, they turn off their lights, they take 2 steps back, and then reinitiate and reengage on the side of the road to try to create a voluntary feeling environment for the consent only. And we'll try to peel that apart and try to get into, well, when do you have to do that? And the question I had just right off the top of my head now is, are they doing it so they don't have to argue reasonable suspicion? You know, that might be a tactic why it's being done.
Just listen to what I'm not gonna play it again. Listen to what they're saying. They're using tactics to try to make this seem as though you're voluntarily letting them search your car, that you had a consensual interaction with the state, and then you said, yeah, cool, search my car. I mean, I gave him back his documents. I took 2 steps away and I came back and said, oh yeah, did you see in that Buffalo Jets game, they took Aaron Rodgers out first period? Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I got him talking. I got him agreeing to have a conversation with me. They're sitting there admitting that they plot and plan to arrest you. Are you not listening? I mean, you heard it yourself. I'm not going to play it again. You heard it. That they plan on turning around, then turning around again, taking a step this way, taking a step that way, and then going like, oh yeah, here's your documents back. But you know what? Let's talk about the NFL now.
Yeah, I mean, so just so that everyone understands what we're talking about here, it's a traffic stop or just a traffic infraction. We want to now transition this interaction to a voluntary contact because we've completed the traffic matter, the mission of the stop. We have not, well, let's assume for just argument's sake, we've not developed reasonable suspicion of criminal activity to extend the duration of the stop. So our last hope, if you will, to continue to investigate this, I don't know, hunch that we have perhaps, we need to transition from an investigative stop /
Okay, I just got to stop it for a second and just listen to the words that he says, and I'll pull up the other video.
I don't know, hunch that we have.
That is exactly the opposite of what the Terry versus Ohio holding says, that it can't be a hunch, that there has to be reasonable articulable suspicion of criminality, not a hunch, and a singular articulable fact about that criminality. The cops are teaching cops the opposite of Terry, worse than Terry.
Perhaps we need to transition from an investigative stop / traffic stop into a voluntary contact. And then along the way, we may try to seek consent to search the vehicle. So let's assuming we don't have.
Listen to all that shifty, shady slidiness. We're going to try to transition to a voluntary stop. And we're going to try to listen.
/ traffic stop into a perhaps we need to transition from an investigative stop / traffic stop.
We need to transition from an investigative stop or a traffic stop. We have to transition from our investigative persona, even though you're still going to be investigating. That's what he just said.
Into a voluntary contact.
And we're transitioning this by taking 2 steps away, giving you back your documents. By doing the trooper 2-step, all I have to do is step away this way, then step back over, I give you back your documents, and now it's a voluntary contact. Look at the conniver. Look at his face. See, now it's a voluntary contact. The investigative and traffic stop has stopped, and now it's a voluntary contact here.
And then along the way, we may try to seek consent to search the vehicle. So
watch his body manner. Look at him. He's a conniving, jackboot thug pig. Look at him. This is the same guy that if he wasn't doing what he was doing, he'd be a criminal because he doesn't have any other skills. Why would you dedicate your life to being a pig if you had other skills and you could do other things?
And then
just watch his mannerisms when he's talking about how to get you.
And along the way, we may try to seek consent to search the vehicle. So let's assuming we don't have reasonable suspicion, because if I had reasonable suspicion, I wouldn't need to do this whole thing that we're talking about.
There it is, right there. There it is, right there. If I just had someone had called me and told me that it was a white Bronco and you're driving a white Bronco, then I don't need to try to do these underhanded tactics. If you just say something during the questioning process that builds my reasonable articulable suspicion, then I don't got to do this trooper 2-step thing. Listen to what he's saying. His goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. Did anybody hear that? I mean, are we hearing the same thing here? I'm just wondering, because like, even though I've already seen this, obviously I watched this today. I watched this video twice. I watched the other video twice, just because I wanted to know every word they were going to say so I could break it down properly. Watch him when he says, watch his little eyebrow flick.
I don't know, hunch that we have, perhaps. We need to transition from an investigative stop / traffic stop into a voluntary contact. And then along the way, we may try to seek consent to search the vehicle. So
what a shifty, shady mother.
So let's assuming we don't have reasonable suspicion, because if I had reasonable suspicion, I wouldn't need to do this whole thing that we're talking about. There's no need to transition this into a voluntary contact because I've got reasonable suspicion to continue and maintain this stop. So we're now done with the traffic stop. My mindset is I want to transfer this into, or transition this into a voluntary contact. So how do I do that? Well, the test is I have to make it appear objectively that a reasonable person would feel like they're free to leave. They understand the stop is over and they're remaining on scene as a purely voluntary act. And as with all tests for voluntariness under the Fourth Amendment, it is assessed under a totality of the circumstances. There is no one thing, generally speaking, that will always make a contact involuntary, in other words, a seizure, or will always make it a voluntary contact. And that's where we are. That's what we're trying to determine. Telling someone. So the closest Supreme Court case that has addressed this issue is Ohio versus Robinette, which is kind of an outlier of a case anyway. I haven't read it in a while, but there's just not a lot to it, and I think the Supreme Court didn't really answer the question that the lower court, that the petitioner had presented. But the point is, the takeaway for this is that. In Robinette, the Supreme Court said, we're not even required to say you are free to leave. The magic words, you are free to leave, are not a requirement to show that a voluntary contact has occurred. I think it's a good idea. I can't think of a better way.
He's saying that even though the Supreme Court made it so we don't have to do a damn thing, I think it's a good idea, I mean, if we're just being like human with one another, he can't even help it, even though his goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. And so you say, well, what is Robinette versus Ohio? What exactly is that? Well, as you can see here from oyes.org, which is where I got a lot of information, I listened to a lot of the oral arguments. We'll cover these oral arguments. They're only 55 minutes. I listened to them last night. So let me explain exactly what he said. The facts of the case: after stopping Robinette for speeding in Ohio, an Ohio deputy warned him, returned his license, and asked him if he had any illegal contraband, weapons, or drugs in the car. There's your trooper two-step right there. You see it? An Ohio deputy warned him, returned his license, and asked him if he had any illegal contraband. So the cop's going to let him go. That's the trooper two-step. Robinette answered no, but after agreeing to have his car searched, because you're not used to telling a pig no, the officer found some marijuana and a pill that later proved to be a powerful drug, whatever that means. On appeal from the Ohio Court of Appeals, reversal of his lower court conviction for possession of a controlled substance, the Ohio Supreme Court affirmed. The Supreme Court granted Ohio certiorari. So now here's where you and I have got to be abundantly clear. And you guys have to understand Robinette versus Ohio. Does the Fourth Amendment protect against, so the Fourth Amendment that is against illegal searches and seizures, does the Fourth Amendment protect against illegal searches and seizures require that a lawfully detained defendant be told that he's free to go before he can said to have voluntarily agreed to any search? So they're asking here, does the lawfully detained defendant, you're pulled over on the side of the road and he's got your documents, he's got your stuff, and so you've been lawfully detained because you were doing 75 and a 55. Let's just say it's all true. So now the cop gives you a warning or gives you a ticket, gives it back to you, and then he goes, oh man, did you see that Jets and Bills game? You see that Aaron Rodgers got carted off? And you're like, oh yeah, I saw that. They don't have to change the topic to a game, nothing. If you're lawfully detained for being pulled over and the trooper ends the stop and says, here you go, here's your stuff back, he doesn't have to say you're free to go before he can say, hey, do you mind if I search your car? The Supreme Court is saying that they can pull you over and trick you into believing that you have to let them search your car or you have to agree to a search. And how do we know that? Because after Robinette answered no, but then he agreed to have his car searched, he had been pulled over by the police. As far as you're concerned, they're the authority. And so you think naturally, sure, I'll let him search my car. I have nothing to fear. But you don't know if that's a Zach Wester. So does the Fourth Amendment protects against illegal search and seizures require that a lawfully detained person be told that he's free to go before he can voluntarily have his car searched? No. No, they don't have to be told that. And here's your tyrannists. Here they are. Here are the 9 appointed oligarchs that are the constitutional guardians of your constitutional rights. None worse than this pig right here, David Souter, or Clarence Thomas. Liberal, conservative. At this level, they're all the same pig. They work against us most of the time on most things. No. After establishing its federal jurisdiction, despite a claim that the matter involved aspects of Ohio's constitution, the court held that when looking at the totality of circumstances, it may be reasonably concluded that if a defendant consents to search, even if it's not first advised that he's free to go, the ensuing search will be recognized as voluntary. The court also added that Robinette's arrest on drug possession charges were lawful, even though the arresting officer did not stop him on initial suspicion of drug possession, nor intend to even issue him a speeding ticket. So what does that mean exactly? Well, that means that the people who are supposed to be the guardians of our civil rights, of our civil liberties, are on the side of police, 100%. That's why these morons who are screaming qualified immunity over Terry versus Ohio, either one of the situations can't advance to the Supreme Court. They won't hear a case about Terry versus Ohio, and they won't hear a case about qualified immunity, because the same 6 Supreme Court appointed personnel who are upholding our gun rights right now, that we need them to do that, they also are cop suckers, each and every one of them. All 9 of them are cop suckers, all of them. The Supreme Court's got to be elected. We have to change it. It has to be changed. Nobody should be appointed to a government position for life. So then I want to go back and I want to show you guys something extraordinarily important that you may or may not have caught. This is Terry versus Ohio. Let me show you the part that's Terry versus Ohio. It's right here. The court held that when looking at the totality of the circumstances, wait a minute. Now we're not talking about a single articulable fact. What happened to that thing? Remember, I told you earlier about a singular articulable fact? What is this totality of circumstances thing going on right here? I'm not really sure what you mean, Chille. I thought you said everything was Terry versus Ohio. Absolutely. It's 100% Terry versus Ohio. I want to show you. So let me see what you guys can see. I'll open this big for you. Okay, so Terry versus Ohio passes in 1968 by an unelected Supreme Court who's just literally given our rights to cops. Well, then down here in 1981, in a case called Cortez versus United States, the Supreme Court says, well, you know, if the cop stops you because he has reasonable articulable suspicion, but he doesn't really have enough reasonable articulable suspicion to arrest you for probable cause, then he can just take the totality of the circumstances. Cortez 1981 is an extension of Terry versus Ohio. The jurisprudence that allows the totality of circumstances is based on reasonable articulable suspicion. You need me to say that again? The totality of circumstances policy created by the Supreme Court in 1981 in Cortez versus United States is a direct extension. Jurisprudence is based on the footholding that Terry versus Ohio created to create totality of circumstances policy. Do you understand? You have to understand how it worked, the way it was set up. They set up a system based on racism. I hate that. I'm the most conservative classical liberal you would ever meet. I carry a gun with me everywhere. The two words gun and law don't go together. It doesn't work like two north magnets. They should immediately break apart. I can't stand telling you guys that Terry versus Ohio was based on a black guy and that Cortez versus United States is based on a Mexican. I'm sorry. I wish that wasn't true. I wish that they hadn't punted getting rid of slavery in the Constitution. We're going to push it down the road 20 years. And then the next generation is going to get rid of slavery. And they didn't. So I wish I could tell you guys that this wasn't the way it is. But this is exactly how it is. This is the way that it is. And you guys are hearing it and learning it firsthand from there's the pig. That's the lawyer for the pig. So he has other skills. He loves being a dungeon master.
Single thing you could do to show that this is voluntary than say you're free to leave. But so that's not even required to say you're free to leave, as long as everything else that we've done would make a reasonable person feel like they're free to leave. So what are some of the things? Obviously, giving their documents back, driver's license, registration, whatever we had. If it's a summons or a warning, we're issuing that. You know, a reasonable person would think when these documents are given back to them, the stop is concluded. One of the things that has evolved over the years, and I remember being taught this in my basic academy, was this notion of doing the trooper two-step.
I'm so sorry. So what did he just say? He said that the evolution has been more towards tyrannical, authoritarian police state. That's what he just said.
Being taught this in my basic academy was this notion of doing the trooper two-step. So we've given all the documents back, and now we're going to demonstrate we're going to have a physical demonstration of a break-in contact, where we literally turn around, we walk back to our car, taking a couple of steps, and then we turn back around and we reapproach the driver as if we're just resetting the entire interaction. And that's what I understand the trooper two-step to be. I have yet to read, and there's lots of.
So just, I mean, he's kind of laughing and giggling, and why is he laughing? Watch his mannerisms real quick. So just watch. When he's talking about the trooper two-step, where the guys in the field believe that they need to step one step towards their car and then step one step back toward the other car to try to get them to, that transitions them from an investigative traffic stop into a voluntary stop now. So they step one way, then they step the other. And then he heard about the trooper two-step. He's the lawyer, so he should understand the law at least as well as I do. And so now watch how he feels about that. He's showing you how he feels about cops in the field believing that they need to step towards their car and then step toward the victim's car and step one way, step the other, so that transitions them into a voluntary stop.
Interaction, and that's what I understand the trooper two-step to be. I have yet to read, and there's lots of cases out there, but I have yet to find a single case that says that is an absolute requirement to show that this is now a voluntary contact. It's a thing you can do.
It's something you can do, and it's something they are doing. So what he's saying is that he doesn't have to step one way north, one way south, and that there's a case. Rowlett versus Ohio. There's a case. I'm sorry, Ohio versus Rowlett, Robinette. So there's case law already established. I've never seen any case law that says that I have to tell them that they're free to go. I've never seen any case law that says that I have to tell them, here's your documents back. We're now, your stop is now over. I've never seen any case law like that. So he's saying that if the cop walks up to you and he goes, okay, here's your documents back. I'm just going to give you a warning for speeding. You know, hey, did you see Aaron Rodgers got knocked out of that Jets-Bills game the other day? Oh, yeah. You saw my Jets sticker, huh? Yeah. You got knocked out of the game. You mind if I search your car? There doesn't have to be any delay between, oh, okay, yeah, I'm just going to give you a warning. Hey, listen, did you see that Jets game the other day? Do you see how smooth and fluid it is? He wanted to search your car to begin with. That was his goal. He wanted to search your car the moment he saw you in your Mustang. He's like, I'm going to search that car. So how am I going to do it? I'm going to pull him over, tell him he didn't use a blinker. Let me show you how the interaction goes. Let me show you. So, because what he's saying is they can trooper two-step you, but they never have to do a trooper two-step. And he's kind of mocking the idea that these young guys in the field think that you got to turn one way and turn the other. Why do I got to do that? So he's saying, I'm the trooper now, the trooper in America. We don't want troopers. We want peace officers. We want rights protectors. We do not want troopers in the United States of America. That was for racism in the 60s. We had troopers to go quell the blacks. We don't want troopers. We don't want them for the blacks in the 60s, and we don't want them today. We don't want troopers. We don't want it. We don't want a state trooper. Okay, so cop pulls you over, and he's license, registration, proof of insurance. You do everything I'm supposed to do, no problem. You got your trifold here. You got everything's ready to go. It's up here. It's all rubber banded up. You use this nice broccoli wad rubber band. There it is. He says, license, registration, proof. You're doing everything I asked you to do. Here's your license, registration, proof of insurance. He goes, hey, you know, you didn't use your blinker back there on 4th. Officer, I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent. Thank you. I appreciate your time, sir. You sit down. He goes back. He's like, okay, invoked a 5th Amendment right. He goes back. He writes you a warning for not using your blinker on 4th Street. He comes up. He goes, oh, okay, Jose, it's cool, man. Listen, I'm not going to hassle you. You invoked your 5th. Here's your warning for your ticket. I have no plans on harassing you or giving you a ticket, anything. Have a nice day. Okay. Hey, did you see that Jets game yesterday? Is the stop over? Yeah, the stop's over. Oh, yeah. Okay, the stop's over now, right? Yeah. Okay, then I saw the Jets game. Did you see Aaron Rodgers got carted out on the first round? Yeah, I saw that first period. He got taken out of the game. Can you believe that? I've been a Jets fan for years now. Oh, yeah. Hey, I saw your bumper sticker on the trunk. You mind if I pop the trunk, take a look in there real quick? I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent. There it is. I mean, I would recommend that you don't have any kind of interaction at all with that pig when they're clearly stating what their goals are to build reasonable articulable suspicion, build a way for consent to search your car. That's their goals. These are the cop trainers. They run around the country putting on seminars. Cops pay hundreds of dollars to go to these seminars, pay hundreds of dollars for learning videos. So they're teaching cops how to be cops. You're watching it happen. You're watching it. Let's take a look. Let's let them talk some more.
I don't know that it's required.
It's not
I've yet to
required.
see it. If anybody's aware of a case, please email me, email Dennis. Let me know. Let me see it. Let me read it. But I'd be highly surprised if there was such a case.
There's no
out
case.
there.
So what he's saying is there's no case that says that he has to tell you that you're free to go or that this is a voluntary search. You got pulled over. He said, hey, let me search your trunk. And you didn't know any better. And you go, okay.
And, just like anything else, when something is developed and it I don't know, I guess it passes muster in a courtroom, it becomes the norm.
Did you hear what he says? He says, if you can get away with not letting them know you transitioned over to a voluntary stop, if it gets to court and it goes through, that becomes the norm. That's what he just said. Listen.
just like anything else, when something is developed and it I don't know, I guess it passes muster in a courtroom, it becomes the norm.
Yeah.
There are people who were taught this forever and performed it and created this hectic issue now of, oh, it doesn't look like the last time. So now you got to start over again. We have to reset and say, and hopefully get a prosecutor smart enough, which is probably close to never going to happen.
Put a 1 in the comments if the prosecutors are on the pig side. Put a 1 in the comments if the prosecutors always are on this filthy pig side.
And no, it's just the truth. I mean, I don't care. You don't have to say it. I'll say it.
That the prosecutors are dumb? Bro, you don't know reasonable articulable suspicion. Articulable suspicion comes from the Supreme Court, and that it's the law of the land in every state unless the state constitution voids it.
Just the fucking truth. So
the prosecutors are dumb? Look how dumb you are, bro.
To understand this stuff and apply it. And by the way, not only just the prosecutor who actually knows what we're talking about, but then to be in the position to argue such a case. Right? So, I mean, you may have some high-end, maybe U.S. attorneys, and I'm saying because you're a U.S. attorney that you actually know what you're talking about. I'm saying the ones that they're shuffling around from district to district to argue the important stuff, like the 3 to 5 in the whole United States, that they constantly have to move around, like when they did the El Chapo trial, they went all over the country to find some real winners.
Bro, we feel the same way about you filthy pigs. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel the exact same way, that there's 3 to 5 good cops in total, and they have to roll them out wherever they can go and be like, these guys have never abused anybody.
I think they only came up with 3 names out of all the U.S. attorneys they found.
That's about the same with cops, bro. You guys towed the thin blue line and hurt us constantly.
3 that needed to come and argue and convict El Chapo. So, to understand the factors of voluntary consent and argue it correctly. And by the way,
argue it on the side of the cops correctly, that you voluntarily consented to search and that's why you went to jail and that your conviction should be upheld. That's what he's saying.
This is the dynamic of this company, so I'm very comfortable being uncomfortable.
Oh, really, bro? Then how come you won't debate me? I sent you about 100 messages asking you to debate me. If you're comfortable being uncomfortable, then get on a debate with me. I'll take you to pieces, bro.
We have said things against these.
So it cuts off right there. It's just listen, you guys, this, if you guys learned anything from me today, then donate $5 to my buddy Press with Rancor. I just put his, GoFundMe in the chat. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to teach a whole bunch. And then I'm going to ask you guys to donate if you learned anything. If you guys learned anything at all from me today, please donate $5 right now to Press with Rancor. There's the GoFundMe right there. You can find it by just putting GoFundMe Press with Rancor, and you can find his GoFundMe. It's up right here. Let me check it real quick. Let me see if anybody's donated $5. I need people to donate $5. Yeah, we got people who put in $5. Anonymous put in 100. So we've only had 2 people donate with 300 people on this stream. So that has to change. You guys, that absolutely has to change. We have got to help people who need our help. And this fundraiser is 100% for Garrett Van Ness's legal fund. He was illegally arrested.
Put your hand.
Hey Press, hey Press, you should put the video that I made. You should put that video up here. But listen, his GoFundMe, we absolutely have got to raise $2,500, and we are only at 1,000. So I need you guys to donate, pretty please, with sugar and cherries on top. I'm only asking for $5. I'm not asking for more than $5. With 300 people here, $5, that's $1,500 that we raised, and we reached the $2,500 goal. So I need you right now to donate $5. If you learned anything from me, if you've ever taken anything away from me and you've been able to use it on the street to battle police, then take the $5 you would tip me and put it in Press with Rancor's GoFundMe. Pretty please. And DLZ Clips, make a short of this, because I've got to get his fundraiser to $2,500 to get that lawyer. It has to happen. We have got to get him an attorney. So if you've donated to my PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, you can donate directly to me. Put Press with Rancor right, press right on the thing, and I'll put every dime. As a matter of fact, I have some donations. Let me read the people who so far. I got Victor Rice in for 25 right here. I got Matthew Strauss, Alan, all these folks, Susan Martinez, that's one of our people. Almost every single person in this fundraiser is from Team DLZ. Eric just put in $10 exact. Thank you, Eric. If you guys have ever learned anything from me, if I've ever taught you anything, then I need your $5 right now. And I'll continue to teach. I'm not going to shun anybody because you don't have $5. But if you have more than $5, donate it now. Right this second. I have got to get this man to $2,500. And if you don't know what happened, his story is horrendous. This man went out and was auditing police, pointing his camera at them, had flipped them off. I went through the whole breakdown on the last fundraiser we did where we raised just over $1,000. And now they're trying to prosecute him and charge him with a felony for pointing his camera at the cop. If you don't believe me, it's on video. Here's the entire crime. There it is. He's on the
Can you
street.
get that flash out of my face?
So he's standing there filming a cop. That's all he's doing right now. He's not threatening to attack. This is the same group of cops who he has flipped off and has a long running feud going on with. There's his crime. I'm just telling you, we can keep playing it, but that's the crime.
Yeah. Take that back, please.
That's his entire crime. And he's being charged with a felony. We have got to get this guy a lawyer. We've got to get him a lawyer. Right now, donate $5 to his GoFundMe. If you have my PayPal, my Venmo, or my Cash App, send me $5 right now. Don't wait. The time is now that we band together and fight back. The time is right now. I'm rightfully indignant because of how many times I was cheated by cops on the streets. That's the reason why I hate them. I hate cops strictly for me. Everything I do is for myself. I'm raising money for Garrett, for clout, for me. Fine. I'm the most selfish, evil bastard there is. Who cares? Your $5 will help him get his lawyer. You found him through me and I'm awful. Who cares? Send $5 into his GoFundMe right now. There's hundreds of people watching. Hundreds. There's more people on Facebook watching. There's people on Twitter watching. People are watching right now. Hundreds of you. Be the person who does it. Be the person who pulls your phone out and sends $5 to that GoFundMe. You have 20 and you send 20. We want to get him to his goal, and now he has trial in less than a month. He's 1 month away from trial. We have got to get him an attorney right this second. So that's why I'm asking you, please. He has a GoFundMe. I put the GoFundMe in the chat. That way all the money goes directly to him. The people who are faithful and know me, send me your $5 right now, right this second. I'm dead serious. I've got to get this done for him, and we don't have any time. There's no more time. We're 1 month away from trial. We're the 12th or 13th now. We are 1 month away from trial. So that's where we are. We have got to get this guy's money raised. I'm out of time. I don't have time to go over the entire. I mean, I need your help. I need your help. I don't have the money. I don't have an extra. I don't got it. So I need your help. I can't do it without you. We will fail without your help. That's a fact. We will go under. Garrett will be charged with a felony. He will have to face felony court without representation. That should be enough to spur you right now to donate $5 to his GoFundMe. I'll put in another 100 myself today. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to put in $20 right now on the GoFundMe. We're going to keep watching this. There's now, Eric, thank you for your last. Let me refresh this, see if anybody else. We're still at the same amount. I still haven't gotten anybody over there yet to donate. Let me check my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Super grateful. Thank you. I appreciate it. I only need $5 from everybody in the room. Thank you, Shane. God bless you, Shane. Thank you. Thank you, P. Rex. God bless you, P. Rex, for 50, 55. Thank you, P. Rex. God bless you, brother. God bless you. I appreciate you. So I've got 57 on the Cash App right now. Let me check the Venmo. We got to raise him the money. He needs our help. He needs our help. I got 0 on Venmo still. Let me check PayPal. On PayPal, I just had $5. So I've got 20 there, 25. Okay. And then do we have any super chats that have come in, DLZ clips? I don't know what that means. There's the donate to Press with Rancor right there. Right there is his GoFundMe link. It's easiest if you donate directly to him. That would really be amazing if we did that. There it is. 16 people just donated. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. 15 people just donated. So cool. So good. Minter, make sure you guys can see what I see here. Let me share the screen big for you guys. Thank you so much for donating. I appreciate it. Everybody's $5 means a lot. Daniel, thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. Anonymous, thank you for your $5. God bless you. Ray, thank you for your $5. I super appreciate it. I mean, Anonymous down here for $25. Thank you. Charles, once again, Chuck's coming through. Thanks so much. Christopher Jump, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Daniel, thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. This is how we do it. This is how we crowdfund people. We all throw in $5 or $10. Look at Eric, came in for 10. Anonymous for $6 right for $5 right there. Sorry, my glasses. Victor Rice, usual donator, usual, regular. Matthew Strauss for 5. God bless you, Matthew. Thank you. I'm not asking you to give more than $5 or $10. Alan, thank you so much, Alan. There's 100 right there from Anonymous. Susan, thank you for your 10. Anonymous 20. Thank you so much. Oh, and this was the money that I put in from our last fundraiser where you guys all put in money. All these people down here are also Team DLZ, Michael and Brad and Matthew and Fabian. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then I have some previous donations over the past few days that came in. So if you guys want to see this, this is a fundraiser for Press with Rancor. We're going to raise him $2,500. We're at 1333 over here. I'm going to refresh this a couple times and see if any new ones. So we're supporting Press with Rancor's GoFundMe, and this is the video of him being wrongfully arrested.
I hear what you said. Can you get that flash out of my face, sir?
There's no flash in his face. There's no flashing. What there is a light from a camera, which probably should have been off, but it doesn't matter. It's just a light from a camera, from your camera phone out on the side of the road. So it's not very bright.
No. Take that back, please. Sir, I told you to take a step back up there. Do you understand that order? Sir, do you understand that? Sir, I told you to take a step back up there. Do you understand that order? No, not yet. Sir, do you understand the order where I told you to stop up there? What's that? Once you start interfering in my traffic stop, then I give you an order. I told you to stop right up there.
Interference is a physical act.
I told you to stop up there.
How am I interfering?
I told you to stop up there.
I don't care what you told me. I asked
That
you
is a lawful order, sir.
how is it a lawful order?
Because you're interfering with this traffic
How
stop.
am I interfering?
You are taking my attention away from them, which are lawfully detained.
Away from me?
No, you do not.
Oh, yes.
No, you do not.
Yes.
Sir, do you not go back up there where I told you to stop? You will be arrested for obstructing.
Yeah, I'll give you 1 second.
No, back to where I told you, sir. Sir, if you do not go back up there, you will be arrested for obstructing. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. No, 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 that is not where I told you, sir. Right up there. Right up there. Sir.
I mean, what is this? Why can't he film the stop? They know who he is already. They admit it at the end of the video. They just wanted to arrest him. They already know who he is. At the end of the video, you hear him go, "Is that the guy?" "Yeah, that's the guy."
I told you.
You did not tell me where.
Sir, this is your last warning. You will be arrested for obstructing.
How's he obstructing? He's standing 10 feet away filming the stop. He's filming the stop because that's what he does. That's how he's an auditor. That's what he does.
Go stand up by your vehicle.
is a physical act.
Sir, go stand up by your vehicle.
You do not tell me where to resort.
Sir, you are interfering with my traffic stop, therefore you obstructing. I'm giving you a lawful order to go up to your vehicle. This is your last warning before you're obstructed. Before you're arrested for obstructing.
Okay, so under threat of arrest.
Tim Clark, thank you so much for your donation. God bless you, brother.
Sir, I already explained
Under
it to
threat of
you.
arrest, right? You
That is
tell
the
me you're gonna arrest
consequence.
me
That is the consequence of your actions.
of my action.
Yes, sir.
So if I do not comply with you telling me to step back, you are going to arrest me for obstruction.
Yes, sir. Do you understand that?
I don't. No,
What's
I
that?
don't.
What don't you understand about it?
Where you get off saying I'm obstructing?
I don't get off anyway, sir. I'm doing my duty right now. Sir, return to your vehicle.
Obstruction is a physical.
Sir, return to your vehicle.
So he's being charged with a felony for this. I'm going to show you guys the arrest in 1 second. He's about to grab him and arrest him right this second. DLZ clips, put my Venmo, my PayPal, my Cash App up as soon as you guys can right now. Donate $5 right this second. Pretty please. I need you guys to donate right now. I need $5. I need $5. A crackhead can get a hit of crack every day. I need to be able to get $5. That's what I need to get. I need $5. I need $5 because if enough of us give $5, this guy gets an attorney. And if I have to sit here and e-beg and try to get the money together, I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care. If you guys haven't noticed one thing about me, I don't give a flying what people say or think about me because I have a mission. I'm on that mission. You guys never hear me come on here and say, hey, what do you guys want to see me do next? It's not up for committee. I know what has to be done next. Terry versus Ohio's got to go down. End of discussion. The Supreme Court needs to be elected. These racist laws need to be wiped out so they're not applied to all of us. I need to run for governor and I need to win. I need your help. I need your help. I need $5 from you right now. There's my Venmo. There's my PayPal. There's my Cash App. God bless you, Debbie. Thank you. No, Debbie, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Debbie, I would like it if you guys use my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, or use his GoFundMe because they take such a big percentage of this. I'm still going to give every dime of Debbie's $5. So I'm going to put in the other half of that because we got to raise him the money. Tim C, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. God bless you. Chuck, thank you for your donation. Let me go refresh the GoFundMe page here. Boom, we're at 1433. We're at 1433. We're almost $500 up. I've got some donations here. I'm putting in 100 as well. So let's take a look at where we are here. We got Steven. Thank you for coming in. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Let me open this big so you guys can see it. I'm just going to clear that 1 second so we can see the donations. Luis, thank you so much. I only asked for $5. Wow, Andrew, 50. Thank you. Andrew's got the 50 to give. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Charles, thank you for coming in. God bless you, man. Thank you, Charles. Super big. Anonymous, thank you. Doesn't even need to be recognized. Just putting in the $5. Thank you so much. Jason, thank you so much, Jason. I mean, we can do this together. We can do it together. We can do it. We're only going to raise $1,000. So we only got to get to $2,000. We're going to stop at the next 1,000. So Lucida, $25. Thank you, Lucida. God bless you. Milton just came through for another $5. Wow, thank you, Milton, so much. I appreciate it. We're only going to get to 2,000. We only got to get to 2,000, and I'll tell you how much I have over here in 1 second. Anonymous, thank you. And then Ray, and we're going into the same ones who I mentioned 12 minutes ago. And there's Chuck for 20, thank you. And Anonymous and Christopher Jump came in for 5. Thank you so much. And Daniel coming in for 5. That's all I asked you for. Thank you so much. Anonymous, super grateful. And now we're down to Eric and Victor again. I think Eric, Victor, and Matthew kicked off this round, and Alan and I finished off the last one. This was your all's money. So Victor right here and Eric right here. Thank you. You guys started this fundraiser off. And now let me check my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Let's get it to 2,000. Let's get it to 2,000 and call it a day. Let's get it to 2,000. And then I'm going to call my heavy hitters for the next 500 because it has to get done. And so I'm going to call a couple heavy hitters. I'm going to call a couple. Let me send a text. Let me send a text. hey, YouTube brothers, I could really use your help right now. ... I'm doing a live GoFundMe right now for an auditor who was arrested for pointing a camera. ... I could really use some heavy hitters on this one. We only got to get to 2,500. Next paragraph. I know I text you when I need money. ... I appreciate your support, and I hope you guys are able to come in on this one as well. Next paragraph. Love you both. We're pretty close. ... I'm gonna get it to 2,000. ... And then we really only have about 500 left after that. But I'm not gonna stop tonight until I get us to 2,000. Not gonna stop until I get to $2,000 tonight. Next paragraph. We are at about 1,500. Plus, I'm gonna put in another 100. Okay, I sent off to a couple brothers who are some heavy hitters and asked them to come in. April just sent me $20. Thank you. John just sent me $10. Shane just sent me a couple bucks. P-Rex sent me $55. God bless you. So in my Cash App here, I've got $30, $85, $87 in my Cash App. So DLZ Clips, keep a running total for me if you would, please. $87 in my Cash App. And then in PayPal, I probably still at $5 in PayPal, but that's okay. Let me refresh the GoFundMe and let me check Venmo just to see. I only want to get to $1,000, just $1,000 tonight. I'm going to send off some more texts to some more big donors that I have because we have to get to this $2,500 like right away. We have to get there right away. We have to hurry or he's not going to have good representation for court. So I'm only looking for $5. I'm not looking for a lot. Let me refresh the GoFundMe page. I'm only looking for $5. Laura just came in. Amazing. Laura just came in for 30. We're at 1463 here. I really want to get to 2,000. I've got 87 here, $5 on the, so 87, 97, 87, 93, 93, 92. And then, so I need $8 to get to 100. So I need $8 in my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App so that I can put this straight 100 over here. And then we're at 1563. So we're going to have to raise another $363, which has to get done. There's just set a goal and achieve it. 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 So right now, if you guys know any other donors, reach out on a text message, a phone call, other auditors, other people who can help. Please, right now, donate $5 if you could, please. That would really be. And then let me check these. Laura Fincher just came in for 30. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. We're going to take a look at all of these again. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. And that's what I care about. We're getting closer. So now I showed you guys, I told you I'd show you the arrest. So now this is where he gets arrested right here for pointing a camera, which is just atrocious.
Where you get off saying I'm upset?
I don't get off anyway, sir. I'm doing my duty right now.
He says he's doing his duty. Doing his duty is going after people who are filming him and retaliating by the police.
Sir, return to your vehicle.
Obstruction is a physical.
Sir, return to your vehicle.
This cop thinks he's going to be the one to take this guy down and stop him and put him in a dungeon.
Are you aware of what prior restraint means?
What's that?
Prior restraint.
I don't understand the question.
Of course he doesn't.
Do you know what prior restraint is?
I don't understand the question.
So no, you do not?
Do you understand my orders that I'm giving you right now?
Your orders.
Stay right there, sir. Do not come another step forward or you'll be arrested for obstructing. I apologize. Oh wait, you took another step forward, sir. Therefore, you're under arrest right now for obstructing. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hand.
Hold on a minute. You're arrested for a felony obstruction because you took a step?
Therefore, you're. I apologize. Oh wait, you took another step forward. Thing. I apologize. Wait, you took another step forward, sir. Therefore, you're under arrest right now for obstructing. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, sir.
How am I obstructing?
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
I'm not
Do
resisting.
not reach for anything. Put your other hand behind your back. You're under arrest right now for obstructing. We'll get your license in a
Oh my God.
second, sir. Tough one.
And mind you, this man has to let these beta male chumps do this. It's pitch black on the side of the road. If he had ill intentions, don't you think it would come out now when they're this close to him? He didn't have any ill intentions. He was just there filming them, and they knew it, and they didn't like it.
You are aware that obstruction is physical act, right?
You took another step forward, sir. That is physical.
No.
You took another step forward. It became a physical act of obstruction because you were in a space where I didn't want you to be, and I didn't like it.
Obstruction is a physical act. You do not tell me where to stand while I'm filming. I have every right to film you.
It is an issue when you interfere with my traffic stop, sir.
No, it's not. It's a lie. It's a scam.
I want to speak to the supervisor.
Okay. Get his balls closer together.
Resistance?
No, I'm fit.
I'm not resisting.
Keep that hand right there.
But you guys are both aware that obstruction is a physical act.
You took another
I would
step
have to
forward,
be
sir. That is physical.
Physically obstructing you. I can take your attention away from you. I'm allowed to be here
Alright, shine a
because
light
I'm
on
a
it.
free citizen.
You're right. You are free, sir, but now you're being arrested.
For
Wow.
I already told you, obstructing.
and how
Wow. Absolutely wow. Just unbelievable. So I'm going to take this money right here that's on my Cash App and take the $5 that someone else put in. Do we have any other money that come in, DLZ clips on any other super chat? I'm going to put this in to the GoFundMe right now. So I got $87 donated here, and I listed those names earlier. You don't want me to say here and list them again, but thank you so much. I'm so grateful you guys did this. Tim, okay, I have more than that. I'm sorry, I have more than that because I have 87 plus 25 from Tim for press. So 85, 110, 115, 117. Okay, and then I have more money on here. I know I got a couple more donations right after the live we did last week, and I just want to get every single dime. Okay, so September 7th is when we did the fundraiser for press. So then on the 8th, on September 8th, I received money on the 8th from people. $25 from Tim. And then you guys got to put the name press right on the subject line. Okay. So I got $115 from people who donated here. And then I'm going to put in 100 myself. So that's $215 because I'm going to get this guy to his goal. No matter what, I'm going to get him to his goal. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to donate $215 right now. I don't give GoFundMe a tip. Oh, let me do this before I put my credit card information in. Cool. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to put that $215 in right now. There it is. There it is. See. There's $215 coming in from you guys, and I'm putting in 100 on that as well. So $115 from you guys, and let's take a look at that now. Let's present, share the screen. Okay, cool. Let's see where we are. We're at 1688. We're at 1688. You guys see what I see here? We are at 1688. I only want to get to 2000. So we still need $312. So we still have $312. What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? Trying to get to, I got Press with Rancor's GoFundMe going. I'm trying to get to 2,500 bucks, but tonight's goal is only 2,000. I'm just trying to get to 2,000 tonight. What's up, Right Way Ministries? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, amigo. Good to see you. There are, you have no idea. There are so many amazing people that I've met along this journey, and Right Way Ministries is one of those people. Absolutely amazing human being. Les Paul is one of those people. He's been around for a long time. And this is Press with Rancor right there. And so he said, another step forward on an arbitrary distance on a public easement, which is traditional public policy. So that's where we are. We're doing a fundraiser right now for Press with Rancor. We're going to get him to $2,000 tonight. Call it a night for tonight. We got to get to 2,500 bucks. So there'll probably be one more fundraiser for 500 bucks, but I'm not going to stop until we raise the money for him. I'm not going to stop. $2,500 is the first payment. There's going to be another payment after that for 2,000 or 2,500. So I'll have to raise it again. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to watch the guy get persecuted and prosecuted and go to jail. No. So I need you guys to donate $5 right this second. There's my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. I've cleared them all. I'm going to clear them all so that we can start fresh and new, because we have to raise $312 more. I'll be here all night. I'll be here all night. I'll be here all night long until we get there. Boom, Helen. Oh no. Oh, she tried to scam. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. You know, maybe Helen hasn't used Cash App before, so I'm gonna decline her request for money. Which, by the way, you guys, please, I can only do what I can do. I wish I could fulfill everybody's request for donations. I just can't. I'm really sorry. I wish that I could. I did, though, on my birthday the other day. Someone sent me a request for a donation. It happened to be my birthday, and I was having my morning moments, and I was sitting there looking at my phone, and I was like, someone said, "Hey, Chille, I need some money to catch a bus." And I was like, I decline them every day. I get about 50 a day, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal requests. And I decline so many every day. I can't wait till there's a day where I don't have to decline them. I know. And then Fire put in here that, he said, we're all living paycheck to paycheck. 100%. That's why I'm only trying to get $5 out of 200 of you. Because if I can get $5 out of 200 of you, I know that you're donating to someone you don't know. Let me refresh this and see if there's any more money come in. We're still at 1688, and we got to get to 2,000. That's how far. Unless you guys donate to my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, and then I can take the money directly from my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. So we need 300. Oh, it looks like I got some money. Someone just came through. I think. Nope. Still at the same. I put in a little bit more. I guess I didn't quite have that much, but that's okay. Let me check the people who've donated here. April and John and Shane and P-Rex. Thank you guys. Thank everybody so much. I'm super grateful. Got you. No problem. I'll give you a ring. Love you, brother. So good to see you, man. So good to see you. I'm glad I'm a person who's not afraid, because I'm not afraid at all to put myself out there. And I've met some really amazing people who are just like me, that are just as motivated and driven to make a better world for other people, because they've been down the road of the tyranny and the oppression and the despotism in our country. And so, all I have to worry about is just making sure this guy gets to his $2,500 goal to get his lawyer. And that's my singular focus right now. So I'm actually going to put this on my Facebook. I'm going to put this on my Facebook and on my Instagram and on my TikTok, Rick Rock. Oh, you did, Rich? Let me check PayPal. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to get it. You guys know how I am. I just want to get this done. There it is, Rich. I got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Richie. God bless you, Christopher. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me refresh this bad chicken. Thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful. I got your donation right here, Rich. Thank you so much. And let me check Cash App again. All right. What time is it now? 9 o'clock. All right. 1833. We're at 1833. So we're, oh my goodness. Holy smokes. That means somebody just put in 100 or 200 because we were $100 away from that. Christopher Jump right there just threw in 25. What do you guys see? Let me see what you guys can see. Let me open this big. So Christopher Jump, thank you so much for throwing in. Andrew, there's your 20 right there. David Gaston, my brother from another mother, just threw in 100. Thank you, David. God bless you, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for helping out. Andrew, thank you so much, dude. I'm so super grateful. Thanks for jumping in, man. Christopher, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot. We're getting closer and closer. And then I got another 10 from Tony that just came in. So there that is. I got 10 from Tony, and then I got 5 from Rich. Thank you, dude. God bless you, man. That's really all I'm at. Rich, thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. And then from Alexander, thank you, Alexander. I appreciate it, man. God bless, man. Yes. So I've got 10 more because of Rich and because of Alexander just threw in. And then I was right. Helen just hadn't used. God bless you, Helen. So Helen sent me a request for $15 and I declined it. I was going to decline and block because I thought someone was like trolling, but then I didn't block her because I was like, maybe she made, and she did. She made an error. She turned around and resent me that same $15. Yes. Thank you, Helen. I'm super grateful. So I've got 25 and then Brandon just came in. So I got 25 here. And then I have over on PayPal, 35. So I got 35, 36. I got $36 more. I'm going to put that in. I'm just going to put it in. Do I have any more super chats come through? I'm going to put $36 more in there. Nice, Sammy. Sammy with quite possibly the best mugshot of all time, Trump's. You know, I'm not a Trump fan because he wants to bring back stop and frisk. I'm not a Biden fan because he's a part of a crime family. And you know what? Okay, so Right Way Ministries just said to refresh that fundraiser. Might take 1 second, Right Way. But at the same time, Trump has the best mugshot of all time. Like that is, and from what I understand now, I put his picture out right when it came out, that mugshot. And I said, this is the best mugshot ever. This is going to probably go viral for him. And then it absolutely did. It absolutely did. It went viral. Trump's mugshot is the best mugshot of all time. Come on. You got to just be a student of culture. Like, come on. Like, come on. You are a student of culture. You know, and I know. Not yet, Right Ways Ministries, but I do have this 36 over here to put in. So I'm going to put in this $36 right now. It doesn't bother me one bit. I will sit here. God bless you. What? Helen. Helen came in with another 15. Helen, did you mean to do that? Do you need me to send you that 15 back? Because I think you're just figuring out Cash App. But if I'm going to hold on to that 15, Helen, until I know that you meant to send another $15. I want to make sure that you meant to send that because I don't. Yeah, he made a lot of money from his mugshot. Like okay, Donald, thank you. I appreciate you so much. So Helen, I'm going to wait, but Helen put in another 15. So I've got 30, 41, 51. No, 30, no, 15, 16, 26, 41. Why am I so dumb? I told you it's hard to do math. 30, 41, $41. $41 on Cash App. And then let me check my PayPal real fast. Sorry, I guess I could put this up here. I guess I could put my phone up here. So I got $10 on PayPal. So I have $51 more. That $51 though will bring us, let me refresh this fundraiser too. Ooh, yes. Yes. And yes, we're at 1955 right there. And I got $51 right now to put in the pot. We achieved the goal. Yes! 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 Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes! Yeah! We only have 500 to go. We'll do that the next one. Yes! 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 We have 500 to go. Yes! Press, here's your money, brother. Here's the 51 in donations. I already put my 100 in, Press. I wish I had more, brother. I wish I did. I'm just a person. So so let me just let me pause this sharing for a second so I can put my credit card in there. I just want to cry right now. I'm like so happy right now. We did it. We absolutely did it. $51 from you people that I'm donating right now. This is absolutely amazing. Right Way Ministries, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you coming in, man. God bless you, Right Way Ministries. You are, if you want to see a man devoted to Christ, you go take a look at Right Way Ministries. This guy's doing the best he can with the human assets that he was given. He is an amazing human being. So there it is, right? Oh, I put that in anonymously. Whoops. I guess I clicked the wrong buttons. Sorry about that. Well, you guys just said I was going to donate 51 and then $51 miraculously shows up in here. We did it. There it is. There it is. I'm sorry, my name's not on it, but you guys just know I just put that $51 of donations that came in. Let me refresh this bad chicken. It'll trigger up in a second because we were at 1955 before I put in that 51. Let me see all donations here and see what pops up here. David Gaston for 77. Once again, coming through. David Gaston. David Gaston put in 100, and then David Gaston put in 77. Christopher Jump, when I was dying, put in that 25, and Andrew was already in there at the same time. Amazing. Amazing. Absolute. Rich came through in a big way. Alexander came through helping. Tim, thank you so much. I got your money donated as you sent it to me and asked me to do. Thank you so much, dude. Luis, Laura came through, and Dub came through, and someone anonymous who didn't need credit came through, and Steven came through, and Luis came through. Thank you. And Andrew came through. God bless you guys. I'm only asking for whatever you can give. Anonymous came in and put it in. And then Jason, thank you, anonymous donor. Just because you don't want your name displayed doesn't mean I'm not so grateful that you did that. Jason Yang came in for 5. Thank you so much. Lucida, thank you. I appreciate it. Milton, we did it. Way to go, Milton. Thank you. Daniel Black, 20. God bless, Daniel. An anonymous donor came in. Thanks a lot, man. Your name's not there, but we know you matter, man. And then Charles down here, Chuck, good to see you. Thank you. Anonymous came in for 25 bucks right there. You know, it's a big deal. It's a lot of money. Christopher Jump was in for, he came in twice. I think Daniel's in twice. I think I said his name twice now. Eric, thank you so much, Eric. God bless you, dude. Victor Rice coming through. Matthew Strauss, amazing. Thank you, guys. Alan, and this goes into some of the previous donations. Man, Right Way Ministries, thank you for coming in and really helping me close this bad chicken up. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And let me refresh this so I can see it went over 2,000, or I won't. My ADD will not allow me to let it go. I'll refresh it a couple more times. Give me a second, because there's new donations in there that have not populated yet. And just so you guys know, I got it. Barbara, let me check on that. Let me check my Cash App. If we, you know, it's fine. I'll put it in right now, or I'll put it in on the next one, Barbara. Let me see if I got it. Barbara Button, I just got it. Thank you, Barbara. I got your $5. Thank you so much. Awesome. Awesome. Remember, y'all listen, we're crowdfunding. We're still a relatively small group of people, but we're crowdfunding. That's what we're doing here. That way, guys who can come in with the 100 and the 500 people who come in like that, super grateful. But we can get it done $5, $20, $15 at a time. We can do it. We don't have to let this man face the dungeon and not give him tools to fight back. You guys saw his crime, pointing a camera and the cop was butthurt. You had a butthurt pig. And that's just the worst. That's the worst. So we did it. We raised the $1,000. I wanted to raise 1,000 last time. I wanted to raise 1,000 this time. Refreshing. 2006. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. We did it. There it is. We did it. We did it. We did it. Press, you are so welcome, dude. You are so welcome. You know, Press, this is my forte. I've raised millions of dollars in my life. I've helped numerous companies do fundraisers. I raised money actually. For Obama. Biggest disappointment of my entire life, Barack Obama. Mass murderer. Just, he's right up there with the worst of them. He's a mass murderer, horrible human being. So, but you know, I've raised money for lots of people and lots of things. And now guys like you and Chuck and Dan and Right Way Ministries and Shock and all you, Laura for coming in, and Barbara and all you guys who come in and help out. This fundraiser is not over. If you're watching this video tomorrow or the next day, the fundraiser is not over. His GoFundMe, just put GoFundMe Press with Rancor, R-A-N-C-O-R. It'll pop right up in Google. You don't have to have this link. Just put Press with Rancor, GoFundMe. This, put right here, Press with Rancor, GoFundMe. And it pops right up. So this fundraiser is not over. I'm going to stop my e-begging for the night. I'm going to stop my e-begging for the night. Laura, we did it. April, we did it. Thank you so much. So much. I'm so grateful. I remember, I don't have that money. I'm not walking around, you know, where I'm just going to be able to fund people's legal defenses. I'm not, not yet. You know, the Fifth Amendment card's coming out. And I think that the Fifth Amendment card is going to sell more than the trifold, because the Fifth Amendment card is a beauty. It makes it so that when the cop says, hey, let me see some ID, you pull out your Fifth Amendment card. It's just like your driver's license. And right there, it says on there, number 4, no ID. I've been working on the Fifth Amendment card for like, what, a month? It's only just a half a dozen case law, Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, you know, and it's been working on it for a month and we're still not done with it. I'm still going back and forth with the designer on it because I want to give you guys a card that you can carry next to your driver's license. That is your Fifth Amendment card. That is your Fifth Amendment. That you, when the cop says, let me see some ID, you go, let me get this out of my wallet. You give him the Fifth Amendment card. It's my property. I plead the Fifth. And now when you're filming, because a lot of guys are not going to be able to carry the trifold in their pocket, but the Fifth Amendment card, you're going to be able to carry in your pocket. It's the same size as your driver's license. And so you're going to be able to carry this Fifth Amendment card, and I'll also make it downloadable so you can print it yourself and go laminate it yourself. So it's cheap, or it's nothing if you don't have the money. And so then you'll be able to say, you know, here's my Fifth Amendment card. I plead the Fifth. Don't ask me any more questions. And you don't have to be driving in a car or anything. If the cops Terry stop you on the road, start questioning you, you give them the Fifth Amendment card. That's it. I'm done talking. He's going to do whatever he does. No point in you saying anything. No point in you saying a single solitary word. Shut the front door. Stop talking to the piggy trying to arrest you. You guys saw the first 2 hours. The first hour of this broadcast was showing you that the cops are plotting and planning to violate the Terry holding even. The Terry holding says that cops cannot be working on a hunch. It has to be a reasonable, articulable suspicion based on at least one singular articulable fact of criminality. And now they're teaching them in the academy, you know something's wrong. You got a feeling. And that is not what Terry is. That's why I say it's a tyrannical police state, prison state, death state. But what we're doing here on Team DLZ, we just raised this guy $2,000 in 2 broadcasts. That's what's up, Playboy. That's what's up. Refreshing. 2006. Great. When I check this next week, when I check this in a couple days, I really hope and pray that someone was like, you know what? They got 500 to go. I know my cousin in Cincinnati's got thousands and the cops wrongfully arrested him last month. You got a cousin, you got a best friend, you got someone who's got deep pockets that was cheated by the cops. Send them the fundraiser. You have a cousin, you have a best friend, an ex-lover, your brother, you have somebody that was cheated by a pig, and you know the story, and you know they hate cops, and you know they're rich. Send them the fundraiser. Send them the fundraiser. Send her the fundraiser. Send him the fundraiser. Send it over. There it is right there. It's in the, there it is. You know somebody who's been cheated by the pigs. You know them. You heard their story. You heard their story. Don't deny it. You know it. Don't deny the testimony of the truth. Don't deny it. You know someone rich who got cheated by the cops. Send them Press's fundraiser. We got 500 to go. Takes one guy with a wallet more than thin, just thick. Just not even thick. It takes one person who's been cheated by the cops with a medium-sized wallet. Medium. We're the peons. We are the peons. You know that. That's why it takes us, an hour to raise $1,000 because everybody's putting in their 10, their 15, their 20, their 50. Everybody's putting in what they can. You get guys with like Right Ways Ministry that can come in and drop $175. He's got the money. Right Way Ministries has got the money to come in and drop that amount of change. I put in 100 tonight. I put in a little more, 105 or something like that. But who cares? I'm not walking around with a thick ass. I do okay. I'm not dying. Not anymore. Because there's so many people who get cheated by the cops. Maddie, I would love to take the day off, Maddie. I can't. Every day there's people. Oh, shoot. You know what? Let's transition this. Let me show you guys the video that someone from Instagram sent me. Ooh, DLZ Clips. Are you ready? What's up, Playboy? Thank you guys. Let me say thank you one more time to everybody who donated. Please share this fundraiser with any friends or family who you think may put in $5 or may put in 500 because he's going to need 5,000 by the end of the day, just so you know. This is the first fundraiser for Press. There's going to be more. 100%. 100%. There's going to be more fundraisers for Press. I'm not going to stop until he has a lawyer that can defend him in court. Just imagine it was you and you needed help, and then someone who had a channel with hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers or friends. Imagine if you called that person and said, hey, will you help me? And they said, no. Or they didn't try. Dr. Donna. Dr. Donna's a regular donator, contributor, passionate freedom fighter. I'm just saying, imagine it was you. Imagine it was you and you knew me and I didn't help you. Oh, dude, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't give me that. All right, let's watch a video. This is amazing. A guy from Instagram sent me this video. And it's him in the video. Let me see if he got my DM to see if he'll come on StreamYard. He did not. I'm going to call this fool right now. Let me see. I'm calling him right now. Let's see if he's going to answer. This is the guy in the video you're about to see. Wait till you see what they did. Wait till you see what the cops did to him. Come on, bro, answer. You there?
Yeah.
Yo, listen, we're about to watch your video. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna stop it and ask you some questions along the way, all right?
Yeah, it's all good.
Nobody knows it's you, so you're still anonymous, but I'm sure the trolls will track you down.
Yeah.
Get ready. So he contacted me because he said the bootlickers in the comments weren't really taking account for what actually happened here. You watch the video. What happened here is someone called the cops and they just attacked the guy standing there. They just attacked him. Is that a pretty accurate description?
Oh, it's pretty accurate.
So someone calls 911 and says there's someone breaking into cars or looking into cars or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so someone calls 911, which you should not do unless your life's in danger. Don't call pigs. Okay. And then as soon as the cops show up, they see this guy and they just attack him.
Right here in Gardens.
I mean, Gardens, what? Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Gardens, Florida. So
Palm Beach Gardens.
Palm Beach Gardens, Florida is where this happened. So this guy's standing there. Okay. His crime, he's standing there. Now, listen, were you a member of the team before you contacted me, or did you just hear about my channel after this happened to you?
Oh, yeah, I was watching your channel for a little bit right before I contacted you. I just found out about it.
Oh, so did you get attacked and then find out about me?
No, like I probably saw a couple. No, I know I saw a couple of your videos before I watched you.
Okay, and so then you were like, all right, so you guys are going to be flabbergasted. They call the cops. They attack the guy standing there. This is pretty egregious. This is pretty unbelievable.
Investigate, go investigate, go investigate, go investigate, go investigate. You are 12, right? Go investigate, go.
No, he's not 12. I'm sorry. You attacked him for no reason and beat him up. He's not 12 at all. He's a full-grown man. You guys attacked him and he's pissed that you got him in torture cuffs in the back of a torture mobile. You pig.
Investigate, go investigate.
Security guard calls police in reference to a suspicious person pulling on a car handle in a residential neighborhood. All it took was a phone call for you to get your ass kicked. They're going running in to save the day. There's open air drug deals going on. What are you talking about?
Right there. Right there. Just so right on the corner.
The whole morning of work over this.
Oh, you missed the whole morning of work?
Yeah.
He just went around the corner towards that house. Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. Hold up wherever you're at.
Hold on. Now they're chasing after you right here. Did you see them and walk away, or? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that. So he says, "What the F? Hello?" And he puts his hands up.
Yeah, just hang out wherever you're at.
Is there a problem? He doesn't understand what's going on.
12 and 10, 12, 15, 11.
What's the problem?
We had a call for you going around checking,
Down on your knees.
Yep.
Whoa! There it is right there, folks. There it is. Get down on your knees. And for the Team DLZ disciples who know this, the policy of the Garden Grove, what's it called? The Palm Beach Gardens Police Department, the detainment policy that Terry versus Ohio creates from the Supreme Court. It's a policy. It's not a law. The policy of the Palm Beach Gardens, Florida Police Department is that you have to go on your knees for them to detain you. How do I know that? Why do I know that? How come? How come you think I know that?
We had a call for you going around checking,
Down on your knees.
Get down on your knees. Their policy is for you to live on your knees. That's their policy, that you can live on your knees. As soon as they interact with you, get on your knees.
Yep. Hang out where you're at.
Down on your knees.
Hang out where you're at.
No, it's so absurd to him that he's like, no.
10, 12, 15, 11.
What's the problem?
We had a call for you going around checking,
Down on your knees.
Yep. Hang out where you're at.
Down on your knees.
Hang out where you're at.
What the am I doing? Oh my God, bro!
There they are. Cops are attacking him. He's done nothing wrong. Done zero wrong. Zero.
Oh my God! When I
They're attacking him.
tell you to get down, you get down. What am I doing?
They're sticking their knees in his neck. They got 5 guys on him, knees in his neck. Look at that. Look at what they're doing to him. And this is a man who has not committed a crime. He's done nothing.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Look what they're doing to him. One guy's got a knee in the neck. The other guy's got a knee up his butt. Look at that. Knees driving up his butt to hold his hips down.
What am I doing, bro? Oh my
Look at that. Putting the torture cuffs on him.
God!
All right, roll him over.
Roll him over.
All right. Bro, what am I doing? Why can't you guys just fucking tell me, bro? You're being detained right now for attempted burglary. Vehicles? Yeah. What?
Vehicles.
Okay, so what's attempted burglary then? Tell me
Stay right. Hey,
what? Stay down.
down,
I thought you told me to stand up.
nobody told you to stand up.
My bad. Fucking calm down, bro. Jesus, that's not helping. No, he told you to stand up. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Mm-hmm. You got it, buddy.
You got it. He's done nothing wrong. Of course he has it.
All right.
Attempted burglary.
That's exactly right.
Yep. What is attempted burglary?
All right, real quick. I'm required to warn you before you make any statements of the following constitutional rights. 1, you have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. 2, any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. 3, you have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statements and during any questioning. 4, if you cannot afford a lawyer, you're entitled to...
So just imagine you're standing there and just clue me in. Where are you right now? Where is this?
I'm at my house.
You're at your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much like 30 feet where this happened from.
30 feet from your front door.
Yeah.
And you're in the back and the cops just run around and attack you. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statements and during any questioning.
That's America for you guys. Let me just give you guys the encapsulation. There's America for you. You're at your house. Somebody just calls pigs. You're on the ground in torture cuffs with knees up your butt, knees on your neck. There we are, the United States of America. And we allowed them to do this. And we are the ones who pay for this treatment.
5. If at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you're privileged to remain silent. 6. I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. This must be of your own free will.
So you just get a call
7,
and then you guys just jump me?
Any statements?
Zach, that's your name, right?
Matthew.
Matthew, sorry, Matthew. So did you hear what Matthew asked him? And this is spot on, isn't it? That's what I talk about all the time, isn't it? Just call the cops on somebody. That's all you got to do.
This must be of your own free will.
So you just get a call
7,
and then you guys just jump me?
Any statements can be and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand these rights? I've read them to you.
Alright, well, like, what's attempted burglary, though?
Are you listening?
Yeah,
you understand these rights?
I heard you.
Alright.
Them up so we can do a show up.
Cool.
What the f?
What did he say right there, Matthew?
Wait, what's the question?
What did he say? Right when you stand up, he says something. What is
Like,
it?
what's attempted burglary, though?
Are you listening?
Yeah,
you understand these rights?
I heard you.
Alright.
Them up so we can do a show up.
Cool.
Stand them up.
Yeah, pick them up so we can do a show up because they're gonna bring basically what happened was I was looking through my parents' cars and the security guard saw me, didn't even inquire anything about it, didn't come up and ask me a question and just calls the cops on me.
So, okay, so now it makes sense. You were rummaging through your parents' cars and then the security guard calls the cops on you and then they attack you.
Yep.
What the f? Like, is this because I was looking in my car for something?
Looking in more than just in your car, apparently.
Literally 2 fucking cars.
Yeah, why are you looking in 2 cars?
My cars. That I own, yes.
Cool, well, we're figuring this out.
Investigation's over right there. Let him out of the torture cuffs.
We got a call from security about someone matching your
Bro,
description going
this guy harasses me. That's the probably dude who called you, bro. I got work soon. I got fucking work soon, and you are fucking tackling me, bro.
So you and the security guard have a long-standing feud?
See, that's the thing, because I think it was a different security guard,
Yeah,
but I know it's the same. Yeah, it's the same company where I remember I'd say a month before this happened, I was just walking around at night, and then one of them started following me, and they got out of his car and just started asking if I lived there.
I would sue the police department and I would sue the security company. I would sue them both.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm that way though.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
shine your light on. This is so fucking retarded. Who the f*** is that the Haitian dude over there? Right? Black guy? Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Positive ID. He lives there.
So,
He lives there. Of course there's a positive ID. He lives there. He was looking in those cars. They were his to look through.
do you have an idea on you?
No.
What's that, Matthew?
Yeah, so here's the thing. So what you're watching is, I'm pretty sure what the department gave them, because I have, like, I'd say close to an hour, probably about an hour of body cam footage of, like, way more detail than that.
Why don't you
Like,
send
you're
it to
barely
me?
seeing anything. Yeah, I got you.
Send that to me.
First name.
What crime have I committed? Right now, what crime? Under arrest for Alan Pig. Loitering problem. And then we're gonna
That's not what. Okay. Then we're gonna. Oh wow.
Okay,
Wow.
all right, take him to the car.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell him that you live there?
I did.
Cool. You, bro.
Oh, I agree. F you. Hey, Matthew, how are the torture cuffs? How are they feeling?
Oh, they suck. Yeah, that was my whole first experience of being in cuffs.
Torture cuffs. How right now, as they're walking to the car, one guy's pulling each arm. How are those wrists feeling?
Yeah, it feels like shit.
Oh, yeah. Hurts bad.
Which one's your car, Justin?
It's over on the roadside. Because everyone's going to go meet up
See
with
that?
30 at 13.
All right.
So listen, I just want to make the audience aware of something. What they're doing right there is absolute torture. They're both pulling on his arms that pulls on his wrists. This is absolute and total torture. Total torture. And both of them know it. Both the cops doing it, they know it. If they don't, they should be put through the torture themselves.
Bring your car.
Yep.
Loitering and crime. Wow. Like, literally, you can fucking call my parents right now. I don't know, that fucking ball beater. Yeah, there's nothing in my pockets right now. I got my phone. Yeah, I know. I got my phone here.
Last name, Matthew?
Daily.
Bailey? How you spell?
Look how they're treating him, jerking his shirt up, feeling down his pants. Is that I mean, he hasn't been convicted of any crime, but look how they get to treat him.
Last name, Matthew?
Oh yeah, my parents have ring doorbell of them showing up to my house, like, after I give them my ID just to confirm I was here. So I don't even know why they still took me to jail after that.
Oh, they still take you to jail?
Yeah.
So you showed them the Ring camera, and they still.
Well, no. My parents, like, they saw them show up to my house, after I gave them my ID, because they were trying to confirm I lived there, and they still take me to jail.
Dude,
like, they even confirmed the cars.
They even confirmed the what?
No, like, they even confirmed the cars too, along with the house that I live here.
That
So
they're your
they
parents' cars?
Yeah.
And they took you to jail anyway?
Yep.
Daily.
Bailey? How you spell that?
D-A-L-Y.
You got that?
Yep. D-A-I-L-Y?
No, D-A-L-Y.
D-A-L-Y?
Jesus, bro, like, dude fucking tackles me out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah, about that, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna investigate, okay, Matthew?
Alright, bro. Like, we can literally.
They're gonna investigate, Matthew. How'd the investigation go?
Oh, so basically, the security guard gave him, like, 2 random plates, and they ran the plates, and then it didn't come back to me, so they just threw me to jail.
Hey, check your messages. See if I sent you a StreamYard link.
Literally go knock on my door right now. I'm just saying. Just to show you that was the.
Do you have a middle initial, Matthew?
And I look, what? Yeah,
Middle.
W, Wayne. But yeah, that's the thing.
And D-A-L-Y?
Okay.
Sit down, Matthew.
So, I know for a fact, he saw me.
Over here.
If we figure out where he lives, then we'll run the cars that are over there. Problem is that he's walking throughout the community.
Yeah, no, we're good either way. I'm just curious who even lives in this
Yes.
block right now.
Yep.
Did you hear what the pig said? She said,
Who even lives in this
Yes.
block right now.
she's saying, does he even live in this block radius? What? What? I told you, you say a word to them and they're trying to figure out what you're doing, that your story doesn't make sense.
Don't leave till the starts out. You want me to walk in?
They muted it.
my house.
Why don't they describe the first vehicle, please?
A white Honda Accord. It's got curb rash on one, really bad curb rash on one of the wheels, and a gray Toyota Highlander.
Copy. 10 Stairs. Okay.
Yep.
You got the address? Yeah. All right, Matthew.
Yeah, I can walk.
No,
just hang out right there.
They're right there.
He thinks that they're gonna let him go because he's at his parents' house in his parents' cars. He thinks, okay, he's gonna get out. And they go, no, stay right there.
Thank you.
Why are we walking over to 15th Terrace though? What's all the way over here that you need to check out?
Oh no, nothing over here. I was literally just walking, and that fucker was just following me. I wasn't doing shit, bro.
Have you heard about what's going on in this community?
Oh, there's a justification. Let me cop-splain away why we treated you this way. We're trying to stop crime. It's not working, but we're trying. And tackling you and hurting you is just collateral damage. You should be okay with that. Haven't you heard? Don't you know? Don't you know? People are breaking into people's cars and we are the saviors here. And you getting beat up and torture cuffed, just part of the course, buddy.
There's been several cars stolen, bunch of vehicle burglaries.
Something they could fucking prevent. That's not me. I don't care, but
Right, but what do you think it looks like?
This is my neighborhood. I can walk around at 3 a.m.
Well,
I can't walk around at 3 a.m. before
what do
work.
you think it looks like?
I don't care what it looks like.
Because it looks like that maybe you might be breaking into someone's car, but we verified it's your parents' car, so we know you weren't. We're still going to torture cuff you and take you to the dungeon.
Like, doesn't mean you can fucking tackle me out of nowhere. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, we didn't.
Oh, Matthew, I'm so sorry. The reason why they can just tackle you out of nowhere is because of Terry versus Ohio. That's the reason why. They can say that it's for officer safety and that they're in fear for their lives. And so that's why they can just tackle you. They're scared of you.
Didn't tackle you out of nowhere.
Yes, you
We gave you a lawful order and you refused to
Shut
comply.
the fuck up! Shut up!
You
I
have
don't
mental
care!
health issues?
Oh my
You
god,
have mental
bro!
health issues?
Shut the fuck up!
Do you have mental health issues?
Mental health issues. They're Matthew, I'm so sorry.
I just logged back into it. I'm about to send you the link.
No, I'm in StreamYard. Can you get in my StreamYard or not? I send you a link. You click on it on your phone. I sent it to you already in Instagram. Twice. Here it is again. So, Matthew, they're screaming at you in the back of the car that you have mental issues.
Yeah.
Because they've beat you up and torture cuffed you. And now you're crazy?
All of a sudden, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that's true.
Okay. When you're given a lawful order, when we're legally...
Shut the fuck up! I don't care, bro. Go investigate.
I don't care.
Go investigate. Go investigate. Go investigate. Go investigate. Go investigate. Go investigate. Go investigate.
You are 12, right?
Go investigate. Go investigate. Go investigate. Are you a retard? Go investigate. Are you a cop? Go investigate. Okay.
He's getting a statement. Dorito's going to go over there with the security.
Figure out what cars he was peering into.
Yeah. Because he said
No,
numerous.
that he was
Numerous.
pulling handles on.
Yeah.
Not steering
Right, you win.
Listen to them. He was pulling handles on doorknobs. He didn't have anything on him. No tools to break into cars. Oh, you had a coffee mug in your hand?
Yeah, like if you go back, like right before they tackle me, you'll see like a glimpse of it.
You have a coffee. So I'm just saying he's got no tools to steal with. He's got nobody's property. He has no cash in his pocket. And they're still acting like he's the worst criminal ever. Look at these morons. How much salary's right there? Thousands of dollars in salary, and there's no stolen products.
Yeah, there's
What's that?
The starting salary in Gardens is like $70K.
Okay.
Bro,
Numerous cars, the security guy said.
he's
Yeah.
fucking lying, bro.
Is he gonna write to the board?
Yeah, I Mirandized him immediately. As soon as we got cuffs on him and got him situated.
So they're reading him his rights so that I'm just to take him to jail.
Good job.
Yeah.
Because in order for him to dispel our suspicion, we have to read him 44 first.
Yep. All right. So security says 3 to 4 cars.
3 to 4 cars?
Yep.
All right,
What?
cool.
That's fucking bro, what?
Cool. So at this point, just hold on here. Yeah, it's gonna be LMP, but we gotta make
Oh
sure
man, I'm
that.
having 21s.
What's that?
Hopefully we'll end up having 21s.
Yeah. Well, obviously, plus tomorrow, if there's any 21s. We've got a suspect. We've got a suspect. All right, I'll leave
Cameras up on
15
these
for LMP
cars,
now.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. You guys have got to understand what they just said. They just said that in case someone calls tomorrow, after they arrest him and charge him with crimes that have not happened.
So at this point, just hold on here. Yeah,
At this point, just 10-15 him.
it's gonna be LMP, but we gotta make sure
Oh man, I'm
that.
having 21s.
What's that?
Hopefully we'll end up having 21s.
Hopefully, she's hoping that we end up having a robbery, a 21. She's hoping that they end up having a robbery.
Yeah. Well, obviously, plus tomorrow, if there's any 21s. We've got a suspect. We've got a suspect.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Matthew, did you hear what they just said?
Yeah, hopefully if they just take me to jail, we'll have a suspect.
They just said that if they arrest you and that hopefully tomorrow someone reports a burglary. And so pretty much what that means right now, they could go and rob a car themselves and then get the complainant against you, and they already have you in the dungeon. They already arrested someone for a crime that hasn't happened. They can go make the crime happen and then blame it on you.
That's scummy. What?
That's what could have. You're lucky. You're lucky that didn't happen to you. That's unbelievable what they just said. Well, we don't have anything on him. We're going to arrest him, take him down, and hopefully tomorrow someone calls in something stolen. But if they don't, then how long were you in the dungeon for, Matthew?
I was in there for like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, I was lucky with that too.
How'd you get out so quick?
OR.
Okay.
All right, I'll leave
Cameras
call
up on
10-15
these
for LMP
cars,
now.
too.
Yeah. Oh, and got it. Cool. Cards up, Paul. Go do 10-15 for LMP. Just hang out here till we can confirm the. Cool. Will do. Hey, did he run around the corner when he saw you? I pulled up. He looked at me. Kept walking this way. Walked around there, and then that's when I confirmed with security. Hey, white male, blue shirt, black pants, and that's when I took off after him. He was still walking. They just said there'd be priors from this year of him taking shrooms and then going hog wild. Yeah.
What? Hold on. I'm so sorry. They have a prior of him eating shrooms and then going hog wild? That's what it says on the computer screen? Or it says possession of shrooms and him going hog wild? What? Like, what are we even talking about? So you're painting him bad. You're saying he's a criminal before you get the crime. You're just trying to put this around my head. I'm going to get Matthew on StreamYard here in a second. I'm just trying to understand here. So they arrested him and are charging him with burglary without a burglary complaint. Is that factual? Am I seeing this correctly right now? Can you guys let me know if that's what's going on here? They're arresting him for burglary and waiting to get a complaint. And if they don't arrest him for attempted burglary, they're going to arrest him for resisting arrest or obstruction. I don't know. Matthew will get in here on the StreamYard here in a second. But what kind of country is this? What are we talking about here? And he's got an hour more of footage that shows a completely different perspective than even what we're seeing here, because this is a cop sucking channel. That all the comments in here are praising the cops and that they took this guy down. He didn't do anything at all wrong. Nothing. Absolutely zero did he do wrong. I just can't even. This last couple from here. So of all this video, from going back to right about here, from the 8-minute mark, from 8 minutes and 2 seconds right here, this is probably the most disgusting footage I think I've seen in years. This just epitomizes why we hate cops.
Yep. All right. Cool.
That's fucking bro. What?
He's laughing. The guy's freaking out because he's been wrongfully arrested. She's smirking because they've wrongfully arrested somebody. This man doesn't belong in torture cuffs. There's no victim. There's no crime.
Cool. So at this point, just 10
Hold out here.
LMP.
Yeah, it's gonna be LMP, but we gotta make sure
Oh man,
that.
I'm having 21s.
What's that?
Hopefully we'll end up having 21s.
Yeah. Well, obviously, plus tomorrow, if there's any 21s,
We've got a suspect.
we got a
so-
suspect.
All right, I'll at least call him 10:15 for LMP now.
Yeah. Oh, and we listed out.
Got it. Cool. Gardens up 12. Show Matthew 10:15 for LMP.
Just hang out here till we can confirm the.
Cool. Will do.
Hey, did he run around the corner when he saw you?
I pulled up. He looked at me, kept walking this way, walked around there, and then that's when I confirmed with security, hey, white male, blue shirt, black pants, and that's when
I would sue the security company if I was you, Matthew.
I took off after him. He was still walking.
And he took off after him and tackled him when there was no probable cause of a crime.
They just said he had to be priors from this year of him taking shrooms and then going hog wild.
Yeah, he sent me the.
And he has a mug with him?
Yeah.
Alright. That's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird that he's having a cup of coffee in the morning before he goes to work. He works very early. You see what I'm saying? Anything you do is irregular or odd to them so they can investigate you and detain you.
Of him taking shrooms and then going hog wild.
And that's a lie right there.
Yeah, he sent me the.
And he has a mug with him?
Yeah.
Alright. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
We have him for LMP. So.
Yeah, but I'd like to find some video cameras over there that show like actual
crime.
Pinpoint on door handles.
21, yeah.
But we're going to arrest him before 21 even happens. Okay. Matthew, for some reason, can't figure out StreamYard, so I'm just going to have to hold this phone and try to do this balancing act here.
Hey.
Yeah. So, what are you charged with, Anish? What are you charged with? What are your charges?
All it was loitering and prowling and resisting without violence.
Oh, that's all?
That's it. They didn't even charge me with this burglary bullshit.
It was a loaded question. So, tell me the charges again for you rummaging through your parents' cars at their house where you have a right to be. What was the charges you got?
Loitering and prowling and resisting without violence.
So, you think those are okay charges?
Well, throughout the state of Florida, every loitering and prowling charge has pretty much been thrown out. So, yeah. And resisting without violence, they throw that on there just so people can get a plea deal and make it look worse.
What are you going to do about this?
Oh, no, charges have been dropped. This happened May 17th. I'm just looking for a civil attorney right now.
You won't find him. Good luck, though.
Thank you.
You might find him. You might find him. Your case is pretty egregious. Send me more footage and let's air more of this and let's show the whole thing better.
I got you.
Let's really map out how they did no investigation, and any investigation they did do would have proved that you had a right to be there and those were your parents' car and they wrongfully arrested you.
Here's the theory me and my parents have came up with is that so they figured out that I lived there, but since they already done all this shit from tackling me, they coerced the security guard to have him tell them 2 random cars just to make it look like I was doing some shit.
Yeah, because typically you're going to rob your neighbors. That's the smartest way to break into cars, right?
Yeah. To steal from people who 30 feet from your house. Yeah.
Right. You even said that's the Haitian dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got one hell of a civil rights lawsuit. I think you can sue them. You know, I don't know how much you're going to get out of it because they kill people and get away with it all the time. So I'm not really.
Oh yeah, this is the same. You heard about Bethany Guerrero?
Bethany Guerrero.
Yeah, this is I'd say like a month before my arrest. There's a dude in his neighborhood pool just swimming. It's on Lackluster and everything. But yeah, he was just swimming in his pool. This lady comes, tries to kick him out of the neighborhood pool. Her husband comes, flashes his gun at him, and then he calls the cops. She comes and then points his gun at him to get on his knees.
What?
Yeah, it's all over the internet. Like I said, you can find it on Lackluster easily because he's got follow-up videos.
Yeah, I don't watch him. I don't have anything to do with that douchebag. Oh, he's a total douchebag. Went on a troll channel and said Chille has victims. I'm just not saying who they are. We're protecting them.
Right.
If there was a victim of mine, I've been pretty known for 2 years now. They would have come forward. And Dale at Lackluster, I'm waiting for your apology, you scumbag. He said Chille does have victims. I'm just protecting them. Where are they? Don't you think by now they would have come forward? Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
So Dale's a fake journalist. He literally just steals people's, like, he may take your video and use it, but then he doesn't give you any of the money. He's a real scumbag. And
That's
Dale,
true.
I'll continue to say you're a real scumbag until you apologize, you piece of
Yeah,
shit.
they should all have like your platform where it's like just streaming and not a video like every 1 month, you know? Like people are just coming in just to get their videos out whenever they get fucked, you know?
Right. And so there's guys, predators like Lackluster. He makes all the money and doesn't kick back a dime to the people. He'll do a fundraiser for Institute for Justice, but Dale makes about $100,000, $200,000 a month. He makes a ton of money.
Holy
Oh yeah,
shit.
Dale at Lackluster, he makes hundreds of
Figures
thousands. Yeah, hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands. He may make $250,000 a month. And how many people does he help? How many fundraisers does he do for people? He's done fundraisers for Institute for Justice once or twice. I've seen him do some stuff, but pretty much that's just for clout. One time there was a fundraiser they were doing for this person, and on the GoFundMe, the top donor goes to the top. And Dale from Lackluster, he saw the top donation was $2,500, so he put 2501. That's the donation he put in. Think about why you do that, so that your name can be at the top. I mean,
Yeah.
the people here on this team, we scrounged together $5 a piece tonight, and then a couple guys came in for 150, whatever. But really, it was just a bunch of individual people just scrounging their loose change up to help this guy. Dale makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and doesn't kick back a dime to anybody who uses their videos. And then he's fundamentally flawed. He went on a troll channel and called me a grifter and said that I have victims of violence. He's just protecting them. So I have no respect for people who lie. He's a lying scumbag pig. And yeah.
Changed my mind about him. Wow.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit, bro. Like literally went on a show on a troll channel that's meant to try to take down First Amendment auditors and said that I had victims that he was protecting. Where are they, Dale?
Dummy as fuck.
Well, where are they? I'm pretty famous. I'm pretty known across the country. Wherever I go, people know my face. Where are those victims of violence? I didn't sue him because I want to spend my time suing bad entities. I want to spend my time working on the people who are going to help you with your lawsuit. I want to spend my time doing that, helping the victims of police brutality. That's what I want to spend my time doing, or I would have sued Dale. I even stopped suing that piece of shit in Boston, but I'm if I talk about it too much, I'll want to sue him. So I got to just stop. I got to stop. You know what I mean?
No.
I got to
I don't
stop.
arrest. Anytime I like think about stuff like that, you just start seeing red.
Yeah. So if you lie about me and make up things about me that aren't true, then I don't like you anymore. And I'll expose you. I'll say exactly what you are to my audience. Like, I mean, if you put money into a fundraiser like these people here, nobody went on. So we did a fundraiser tonight. Nobody went onto the fundraiser list and saw what the top donation is and put $1 more so their name would be at the top. Nobody did that.
No.
Nobody here did that. So it is what it is. But send me more of this footage.
Yeah, got you. You want the docs link?
Yeah, send it over to me and send it to Delete Laws Clips as well. delete at Gmail as well. Send it over to Colin because Colin likes to really get into the nitty gritty of videos and stuff. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it asks for the verification, just let me know. I'll just send it to you right away.
Okay. Yeah, send it over to me, dude. I'll take a look at it. And Matthew, I hope you file a civil rights lawsuit. I mean, as soon as you possibly can. Get all the evidence together, really put your ducks in a row, and then
Yeah,
file.
because I got this other video on my phone too. So they actually called the cops 2 nights after, but they knew it was me, so they're trying to confirm and shit. I pretty much owned them the second night, told them just to fuck off because they had nothing.
Did you get that on camera?
Yeah, it's on camera.
Then send it over. Let's really air it out. Let's go back from the beginning. Let's get the Ring camera. Let's get the police reports. Let's get everything, and let's just air these guys out. And then you should sue them and go to your city council and try to get them fired. I mean, they're laughing, and they 1030 arresting. They said they were arresting you for burglary and hoping tomorrow they get a call for burglary. You heard that, right?
Yeah. Let's just arrest people, and then maybe the arrest will stick.
Maybe somebody will call and say that you committed a crime. They called and said he was working on doorknobs. We didn't find anything on him, but arrest him for burglary. And then maybe tomorrow somebody will call and say they got burglarized. Oh my God. What kind of jackboot thug pig mentality are we living in today? Arrest him first, and we'll see if someone calls in for a crime later.
Drywall, just like trying to understand why that is.
Oh man, you got me thinking about suing Dale. I gotta get my brain somewhere else. I'm just so pissed off at that piece of shit. Where's my victims at? It just, and these, there's just so many freaking losers on the internet that for every one leader, you got 20 people who are just the biggest losers out of 100, that just hate the leader. They hate it, that they can't be the leader. It is what it is. And Dale's one of those guys. He's a beta male. You never see that guy on the street auditing anybody ever. You ever see him pick up a camera, or does he
fucking seen him do an audit?
He takes real activist videos and he uses them and then doesn't give them any money. And he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I have no respect for him. And then he went on a show and said, I had victims. Where are they? Where are they at? I mean, none of these troll channels would pick up a victim of mine. You sure? So anyway, I just don't like liars and frauds who claim to be journalists and they have no integrity. So they're just jealous. So it is what it is. All right, I better let you go, Matt. Let's talk again soon, okay, buddy?
All right, yeah, for sure.
Later, Matthew. So there that is. You guys just saw that. He got totally cheated. And, sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'll say exactly what the truth is out loud, even if people don't like it. I will say the truth always. So there was something here. Let's transition real quick. Let me open this bad chicken up big and let's wipe that off. All right, Matthew, get me your documents, bro. Get me your documents. I got about 5 minutes left in me. There's a couple videos on my favorite thread on Reddit on police brutality. You know what's really funny? What's really funny is as soon as I started doing this Reddit thing, and I go down the stream of police brutality on Reddit and we look at some of those videos, there's now people who are posting their videos from YouTube on police brutality, which is absolutely an unreal effect. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty unreal effect to feel. It's pretty strange. But let's get into police brutality because I have some things on here that I saw this week that I wanted to show you guys. It pops up pretty quick. This is the one I wanted to show you guys. The Seattle Police Department
is investigating a body camera video.
So this cop, Seattle officer, laughs at another officer for killing a young woman when he was doing 63 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. 63 in a 24-mile-an-hour zone. So here's what happens.
Captured in January of this year, the day a 23-year-old woman was hit and killed by a Seattle police officer. The officer, who has not been charged with the crime, was responding to an emergency call and was in a 25-mile-per-hour zone when he hit and killed Jannavi Kandula. Condola had the right of way in the crosswalk when she was hit by the cruiser going approximately 63 miles per hour. Well, tonight, Seattle police released a video from another officer reacting to that crash the same night. And we want to warn you, some of the description is graphic.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car.
Listen.
But she is dead.
What? Did you just hear that? I mean, that is sick and sadistic. Did you just listen again? Oh my God.
Some of the description is graphic.
Now, listen to this. This is how they really actually see it and how they really actually feel. When we see people on this channel die, we cry.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
Wow.
No, it's a regular person.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's on the phone talking to someone and they said, "Is it a cop?" And he said, "No, it's a regular person." Aren't you a regular person, dude?
Yeah, just write a check. Just yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
The Office of Police Accountability is
Yeah, $11,000. She was 26
$11,000 for her death.
anyway. She had limited value.
She was 26 years old. That hurts, doesn't it? I mean, that hurts a little bit, right? That hurts. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the pain of that, of him laughing at a girl who's 26 years old dying, and then even saying that she has limited value. What are you talking about? We all have value, you know? We all have an amazing value. Each one of us is, you guys know how much I hate cops. I mean, it's no secret here. I'm a cop hater. I hate the organization. I hate people who join to be pigs. I try to be cordial to you guys in real life, you pigs. You know I try to be. But I hate you for what you've done to our country and how you think that you're right and you join this dog shit organization. With that being said, I don't wish them death. None of them. I don't wish anybody to die. I've got people who I hate. I hate their guts. There's people who I hate. I don't wish you dead, dude. No matter who you are, no matter how much of an asshole you are, I don't wish you dead. Life is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. We're all given this complex set of emotions where, you could apologize for things you do wrong to people, and it would mean the world of difference to them and their life and their way, the relationships, and how, like, you see them. I mean, listen, right now, each and every one of you have somebody that owes you an apology or you owe them an apology. And this is how deep we are as people. Just that one simple act of coming forward and saying, "Man, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry I did this." It changes somebody's life if they're able to forgive or be forgiven. And that's amazing. You can change someone's whole deal by just saying you're sorry to them for something you did wrong, right? So if that's true, then life is so precious. If I can forgive somebody who has wronged me who, if I loved them or didn't love them, if they were a relationship or not a relationship. If you can forgive another person and be able to be forgiven, man, you feel amazing. It's an amazing day. You know, I'm just giving you guys the tiniest little fraction of what being a human being is. And so life is precious. And so I don't wish these pigs death. This guy saw this woman die and he laughed about it. He's laughing. He thinks it's funny. Ha ha ha, funny. That's funny. I'm furious about it. I can laugh about my fury. I can laugh about being angry. I gotta shake it out. Ooh, I'm pissed off. Like, how do you laugh and say she was 26? Ha ha, she had limited value. What is the matter with this dude? What is the matter with you, brother? Listen, I could watch, like, you know what? There's one more thing on police brutality I wanted to show you, but I gotta go. This was a lot longer than I thought, but the press, okay, things had to be done.
The Office of Police Accountability is...
Now to that breaking news.
Not that one. There's one I saw on here. Hold on a minute. Let me find it. Let me find the... Oh, that was a wedding party fight. I already saw that one. This one right here. This is the one.
We've got an update tonight on the Pawtucket police officer.
So it's Pawtucket. I watched this last night. The way you say it is Pawtucket. Pawtucket. P-A-W, Pawtucket officer. So this is a story about a piggy who the blue line has protected and protected and protected. He's been a jackboot thug pig for a very long time. He's been a jackboot thug pig for such a long time. And the blue line's protected him for so long. And now he finally really steps in it and gets himself in trouble and is caught on camera and the public can see it. This is really crazy.
Recently arrested.
He should have been gone a long time ago, but listen.
Again over the weekend, Officer Dan Dolan.
He should have been gone a long time ago, but arrested again over the weekend.
On the Pawtucket police officer recently arrested again over the weekend. Officer Dan Dolan is currently on suspension, collecting his taxpayer-funded salary while hearings on his future play out. 12 News reporter Alex Torres Perez spoke exclusively with the Pawtucket police chief this morning about the case.
Well, Pawtucket's top cop couldn't say much about Officer Dan Dolan's most recent arrest, and that's because of the Law Enforcement Officer's Bill of Rights. Now, the city is trying to fire Dolan, and the award hearings...
Did you hear what she said? The Law Officer's Bill of Rights. They have their own set of Bill of Rights. I hope you caught that.
...are underway right now. The chief tells me that they could last until the end of the year.
Not guilty.
Pawtucket police officer Dan Dolan was able to resume collecting his paychecks after being acquitted of all criminal charges for shooting a teenager in West Greenwich 2 years ago.
During a road rage incident. Not on duty. He shot somebody.
He also received nearly $124,000 in back pay. Dolan, who remains on paid leave, was arrested again.
Who remains on paid leave. He's made hundreds of thousands of dollars and not worked, shooting people.
This weekend, Coventry police accused Dolan of drunk driving. The arrest report says Dolan threatened police officers when he said, quote, "Next time I'm shooting and next time I'm killing you."
So all I can say with Officer Dolan is obviously we're in the labor process, so that restricts how much we can talk about.
They have their own set of rights they created for pigs.
Tina Gonzalez is Pawtucket's police chief.
If any officer is arrested, we take that very seriously.
Ponytail.
There'll be an internal investigation that will run parallel with the criminal investigation. Obviously, the internal investigation won't be completed until the criminal part of it is over.
Gonzalez says the same process happens when any officer is accused of a crime.
We take violations of the general statutes and violations of even our policies internally very seriously. We look into them as much as we can.
A city spokesperson says they will take these new charges into account in their effort to terminate Dolan. That has been ongoing since the shooting incident in 2021.
Since he shot a kid in a road rage accident since he shot somebody. They've been trying to fire him, but there's a policeman's bill of rights that they can't get around it. There's his dad driving him off. His dad was probably a piggy too.
Dolan's employment case is currently going.
I covered this in the video coming out. I got a video coming out the next day or so of a fresh audit that I did. People often, they don't really understand why these guys become pigs. And so you're seeing it right there. If you sign up to be a pig, you automatically have a best friend that you never met before. No matter what city, state, or town you go to, there's a pig there who will be your friend. If you go on vacation to Orlando and go to Disneyland and you have a muck up with someone else and you end up shooting that person on the side of the road and you're this pig here, when the guys get there, you tell them, hey, I'm one of you. I got the badge and everything. And then you get all this preferential treatment. You get treated totally differently. You can never really get in that bad of trouble unless it's caught on camera and they can't get away with sweeping it under the rug. And even if it is caught on camera, you won't be treated like everybody else. Not at all. No matter what, you won't be treated like everybody else. From the entire ride, as soon as you get arrested, if you're a piggy, not nearly like being arrested if you're a regular person. They'll put the torture cuffs on you so tight, they'll ruin your life. They'll crush you. They'll crush you. And so the reason why they sign up to be pigs is look at the picture right here. You have a best friend, and all you have to do is be willing to be a tyrannical jackboot thug pig. That's all you have to do. Make sure you lie in your reports for me, bro. I promise I'll lie in my reports for you, bro. Hey, if I drop this gun, you're not going to say anything, are you? You mean you're going to put someone in prison and claim that he had a gun when he didn't? Nah, I won't say anything, bro. Really? Yeah. No. Yeah. There's not even a second guess about it. If you sign up, you got to be willing to pull people out of their car and pepper them with questions and beat up their story to try to search their car, to try to arrest them. We saw that in the beginning of this. If it goes wrong for you, the prosecutor's on your side, the judge is on your side. They want to kick you off the force for you shooting someone in a road rage accident. There's a policeman bill of rights here. We live by totally different standards than you guys. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. What's going on out there? Listen, Lenny, what is going on? Love you too, buddy. I'm about to get out of here myself, Lenny. I got things I have to do. I'm late. I'm not supposed to be here this late, but I wanted to get Press's fundraiser done. Matt D, why are you here? Why are we all here, my friend? We are all here to do what we do. Jackboot Thug Pig, what's up, Playboy? Thank you for the on-point comment, Sammy. I love that picture. Trump's got the best mugshot ever. Press with Rancor. What is going on, James? Good to see you, man. So good to see you. Oh, God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oof. Oh, I forgot to reveal the names. Oh, we forgot to do that. We forgot to reveal the names of the pigs. We forgot to reveal the names of the pigs. Should we do that right now? I have a source in Ohio who found the names of the police. I will always love you back, Barbara Button. Thank you. Listen, you guys, I tell the truth, and it's hard to do. It's hard to be honest. It's not so hard anymore because I've been doing it for so long, but it was a time where it's, and I think people lie. You know that. People lie. They lie. You still lie all the time. Oh, I'm on my way. You're not even in your car yet. I'm on my way. You haven't even left yet. I'm going to end this broadcast right now. It's 3 minutes later. If I was holding my breath, I'd be passed out unconscious. So we all tell little lies that we don't mean to tell. It's really hard to be honest about things when it's not comfortable. And a simple example of that is when the cop says, hey, I want to search your car, and you say no. Or you say yes, and then you revoke consent because you're filming and you're using Williams versus United States 2018 out of the 3rd District Court, out of the 3rd Circuit. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, So You guys better have a trifold. I mean, you guys got to have a trifold. You have to, if you don't have a trifold, just write it down on a piece of paper. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Just write it down on a piece of paper. If you don't have one of these and you're like, I don't have one of those. And if you have a phone, then if you have a smartphone, you just write down on a piece of paper, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. That's it. Write it down on a piece of paper. And then when the cop pulls you over, so say you're driving and like you had a trifold, but your kid took it and put it in his car. Let's just say. Then all you have to do is you see the cop pulling you over, write down with a piece of paper and a pencil, I plead the Fifth Amendment. And then use your phone the exact same way you would do it with the trifold. Exact same way. Exact same way. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Love you guys, man. Thanks. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Love you back, Dub. What is going on? Good to see you. April, thank you so much. Jackboot Thug Pigs. What's going on, Playboy? Boiled Corruption. I love that name. Boris, we do not stop bad chickens. Spartan School of Wrestling. Bro, what is up, Playboy? You're speaking my language. My favorite sport is wrestling. Spartans keep commencing. You know it. You know it, Donald Mack. Soy Leal. Boris, what's going on? James, how are you? April. Sammy, Soy, what is going on? I'm just scrolling back through some of these comments here and saying hello. Chille, help him on his federal lawsuit. I would be willing to. So the way I help people is I delegate responsibility to people who have bar cards in your state. And then people from all over the country contact me, and they're a lawyer in Tennessee, they're a lawyer in Florida, they're a lawyer in Chicago, and they want to help. And then I find somebody who's a victim of that in that state, and then I connect those two people. That's how I help people. So if you're an attorney in a state and you want to help people, you contact me, and then someone in your state eventually will contact me, and then I'll contact you, and then you can help them with their case. That's how I help people. It's so funny because these here in Nevada, they tried to say that I was practicing law without a license, but that's, you know, for you pigs watching, that's not what I do. I connect other people, and then I have very limited interaction in anything they do with their court case. I have extraordinarily limited interaction because they're trying to get me for anything. Just like I have victims, we're just not producing them. Where are they? So, you know, it's like if I commit a crime, they'll try to get me. If they can put a statute on the books that would arrest me, these jackboot thug pigs would arrest me. So for the jackboot thug pigs and you lawyers, prosecutors who are writing to the judge and saying, I'm doing someone's lawsuit. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't do anybody's lawsuit. You dunce caps. I don't do anybody's lawsuit. They contact me. I contact someone in their area who has their particular documents, and that's how I do it. That's how I help so many people. That's how we do it. It's not done by me. I couldn't possibly do everybody's and my own lawsuits. It's impossible. I'm stretched thin right now. I could always use some more attorneys in different states who want to jump in the fight with different people who can't pay you a dime, that won't give you a single nickel, that you'll donate your time and help that person. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Oh, I'm going to jail. Someone said I'm going to jail for what? What am I going to jail for, though? Which, wouldn't I have to break the law in some way before I go to jail? Just saying, bro. Donald, what is going on? Dr. Donna, what is... Press with Rancor, you're still here, huh? Oh, yeah, they're trying... Press with Rancor, they're trying to say he's practicing law without a license. I'm not at all. There's people who help other people that it's not me. So, all right. Anyway, listen, I've been here for 3 hours. I got stuff I got to do. This is a long one. It's a long one. Insert crude joke there, but I won't. I'm telling you, man, I'm going all political. I'm going all political. And I only said one SHIT word on this whole stream. I'm going straight into political talk. Political talk. And then sometimes every once in a while you have to escort someone out of the building. And that's just what happens when you give speeches and you talk to mass groups of people. All right, listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you guys for donating for Press with Rancor. The fundraiser's still going. If you watch this whole stream 3 hours plus and you're at the end of it, the fundraiser's still going. We can go over that 2,500. We haven't got to it yet. Fundraiser is still going. Please donate right now, 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks to fundraiser. Tomorrow, if you get a check for $100, take $10 donate to that fundraiser. All right, I'm going to get the flock out of Dodge. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.